Greatest ever done it. You can learn from it. Dope game ran it. Rap game run it. Street cred hunted. Nerd turned D-boy, not in genetic makeup. Baby, I'm a G-boy. Hashtag street boy. Wrong one to fuck with. Cross me at your own risk. Play to get back. You can trust this. I am far from average. To me, it ain't no such thing. Me against the world, so fuck it, I let my nuts hang. I've been known to bust bang. Kill if the need be. I don't need an army when the smoke clears, he sees me. Rhyming at his finest. Unlike those vaginas that claim that they the real deal, knowing I'm the highest. Top of the command chain. I am what the streets made. I am what the hood built. You are just a weak lame. Homicidal maniac with suicidal tendencies. You're more like a punk band. I'm more like a pedigree. A nigga you ain't seen yet, so y'all cannot describe me. I'm a freak of nature. Don't shit here surprise me. Money over everything except the nigga's manhood. I am not a prostitute. You don't understand hood. Fuck a nigga getting his unless he about to give me mine. Otherwise he prime beat. Shocking when I up the 9 and hit it with it 7 times. Fuck you thought I'm civilized? Welcome to the jungle, fool. It's only right I punish you. Nigga with an attitude. Feel like MC Ren felt. Quiet on the set, you funky bitch, you get your friends slipped. I give your game a black eye. Blame it on the black guy. I be on some nigga shit. I'm niggerish, so that's why. Guess what my religion is? This is what the business is. Exposure for you garbage ass rappers. You can witness this. Came to bang your game up. Pussies think they came up. Oh, you got a drop head? So now you think you famous? I hear it's dangerous and we don't know your name, cuz we don't even give a fuck. Hey, you nod, it's they side job. They don't want no conflict. They don't want no problems. Nah.
Salute, 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 and welcome. Welcome back over to the Black Ocean, now swimming in the deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Yes, family. Oh, yes. Y'all know we got to break down some things over here this evening because it's been a while since it happened, and I've been long meaning to clear this up. But we gonna handle business over here with this today because salute to my good brother, Dewan B. If you check the community tab, you saw we were discussing something similar to what we're going to be talking about here tonight, okay? So go over there and subscribe to that brother's channel. They over there trying to target him. Yes, he's a part of New Black Media also, but I mean, PewTube is going to do what they do. They're not going to shut everybody down, okay? Expect them to be trifling and mess with the stream over here tonight. That's what they do, but we're going to do what we do also, okay? But yeah, we got to clarify some things because as you saw by the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be discussing cleaning the FBA cultural house. And we going to have a lot of our men over here. I know if you found your way over here to this broadcast, we probably have similar viewpoints. But if you don't, by the time it's over, you're going to get the message of what we're going to be discussing here tonight. Because, man, let me tell you something. Our culture is our house. I've said that many times. If somebody is a guest in your house, they must abide by your rules. If not, and you respect yourself and your house, okay, you kick them the fuck out. It's as simple as that, okay? So we're going to be discussing that and a lot more here tonight, and we're going to be discussing off-code behavior. Oh, a lot of this, some of this y'all probably hadn't seen, some of it you might have, but we're going to cover all bases over here tonight. So I'm just letting you know what we're going to be discussing. A lot of hit dogs going to holler, a lot of feelings going to get hurt, but it is what it is over here. We always tell the truth. And this is a cultural war that we're in. We don't have time to be playing games. Your feelings, that's really not my concern because let me go ahead and say this before I greet those of you that are joining us over here tonight. As a member of the warrior class, okay, the men, it's our responsibility to make the decisions necessary to protect our families, communities, and our culture, even if it's not always a popular decision. Being a man is not about a damn popularity contest about who likes who. Damn that. Because see, what we're going to have to grow into becoming accustomed to and doing, we're going to have to be comfortable telling people, hey, this is ours. We created it. If we decide to share it with you and you break the rules, this is no longer for you. Every other group, every other ethnic group, outside of foundational Black American freedmen, they have no problem doing this to us, okay? And one of the reasons why some of our people are apprehensive to take that type of stance, let me tell y'all something right now. And I want everybody on the sound of my voice to listen to what I'm saying and understand me very clearly, okay? The reason why you see a lot of us, whether it's young or older light, that are taught what we have is for everybody, we have to share with everybody. Let me make something clear to you. That's a holdover mental chain from slavery. I'm going to say it again. That's a holdover mental chain from slavery. What do I mean by that? Should be self-explanatory, but I'm going to break that down. A slave is taught to forego his or her own needs and place the needs of others above their own needs, even to their own detriment and well-being, physically, mentally, spiritually, so on and so forth. That is what we've been conditioned like, even though those plantation era days are long gone, the system is still in place. See, you think about how everybody looks at anything that belongs to foundational Black American freedmen. If we take issue with them jumping in and trying to change this or that, we get told, oh, just be quiet. This for everybody. This for everybody. Really? See, none of us from our lineage can step over into any group. Definitely not white culture if you want to claim white culture. What few things they have that are their culture that they hadn't stolen from somebody. But I digress. East Indians, Arabs, okay, Hispanics, all right, Asians. You can't go over there into their community and say, hey, we going to step in here, change up how we doing it. Y'all don't say nothing. It's for everybody. Nobody plays that game but us. So we going to get our cultural self-esteem up over here tonight, okay? So now that everybody understands where we're coming from, let me scroll up and greet my esteemed chat room over here. Let's see who I see. I see Patricia Slade in the building. Ease Beats, what's going on? Amir L, Patricia Jenkins in the house, a goddess Navi. Clinton Johnson, welcome. Jesse Paris, aka Shay and Krumah. C. Russell, V. Mosby in the house. Let's see. D. Foster, I see you. Andre Toppin Jr., what's going on, young man? Rumble, young man, rumble. Opal Ivy in the building, I see you. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Tom Slick, ATLN _ 007, I see you. Diesel Mike in the building. Be safe out there on the highways and byways, my brother. Artist Doucette in the house. I see Prince Majestic 2.0. Let's see. Scrolling on down here. Just Jerry Curls in the house. Mrs. L, welcome, good sister. Salute to you all and everybody else that will be joining us in attendance here tonight. So, let us get started, ladies and gentlemen. We got a good bit of ground to cover. I ain't going to keep you all too long, but we got some points we got to make over here. And I know my other brothers and sisters are on this, but, you know, our respect to them. They're nice about it. I'm not. I don't give a damn about nobody's feelings when it comes to our culture, because if it was the other way around, and other groups felt disrespected, they will not be concerned with our feelings, okay? You protect what you build, what you own, okay? If you don't stand up and protect what you build and what you own, then my question to you is this. Why should anybody respect it if you don't? See, if you don't respect what you build and what you own enough to protect it, shit, nobody else will, okay? Yeah, see, I want y'all to hold that thought as we get into this here tonight. So now, direct your attention to the screen. Eminem disses Melly Mel on E's Mill track Realist. All right. First and foremost, let me say this. This is going to piss some people off. Don't really care if it does. All of you who are not foundational Black American freedmen, this includes our Black immigrant brothers and sisters that are disrespectful to our culture. I'm covering all bases here tonight. But especially if you from the dominant society, you don't fix your mouth to come after any of our legends that established and paved the way for you to have the opportunity to do what you do. See, this one right here, and I agree with what my brother DeJuan B said yesterday in his Twitter space up on my community tab. This is on the men, okay, as a collective. Because oftentimes, too many times, a lot of brothers, particularly in hip hop, which is what we're discussing here tonight, amongst other things, they go and drag in all these other groups that haven't paid homage or shown respect. And then before you know it, they come in, they get comfortable, too familiar, as we say, and then they think they can disrespect the people that brought them in, or the legends, the icons. Like, now I'm going to say it to you straight like this. Boy, Eminem, who the fuck do you think you are? Huh? See, for me, I'm going to tell you where I put him. Like most of us down here in the South, him, Eminem, that is, Fat Joe, a lot of them people like that, we don't even acknowledge them as rappers. We're like, yeah, okay, you was on a verse here or there, but when we talking about the greatest to ever pick up the mic and do the craft, you don't spring to mind. You don't use your talent, so to speak, what little he has, to speak up on behalf of Black people. Excuse me. Let me get a swig of this water. Yeah, I'm finna be cooking over tonight. Hold on. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I got to remember to keep that water on deck over here. But like I was saying, he has not earned the right to critique anybody. See, it would be different if he used his platforms and everything and you know, a lot of his music catalog to advocate for us on our behalf. And we saw him anytime something happened to us. Hey, he the first one to come out with a song along with everybody else saying, calling it out, saying that's not right, trying to produce justice. See, let me take it a step further. Oh yeah, white boy, I'm finna get on your ass. Cause see, you've been too comfortable and people have played with you far too long. We finna straighten this shit out tonight. Okay? You don't even put your money where your mouth is when you see Black grassroots causes. Think about it. Did he put any money up to help out Tamir Rice, his mother? Huh? Where was he at trying to get justice for George Floyd? Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland. Yeah, because see, he's been in the game this long. All these names I'm naming, he's been in the game long enough. Has he mentioned anything about getting justice on behalf of our people? See, never mind that little Fruit Loop goofy shit that he calls rap. First of all, just because you rhyming, that does not make you an MC or a hip hop artist. I'm taking it back from you. I don't give a damn what Sambo called you the greatest or whatever they called you. White boy, this is our house and you will respect it. I'm not playing no games. And I'm saying to every other foundational Black American freedman, man, it's time out for that, man. You think about what that makes us look like when outsiders can come in the house we built, okay? The house we built that serves us, and they can tell us how things are supposed to go, move the furniture over here, move the furniture. No, get your ass up out of here. And see, let me stretch it further. I'm going to show you some things tonight, and I'm going to be tactful when I critique it. But let me tell you something. If they don't get on board with what the grassroots are saying, some of these established legends that we elected to represent the culture, you can get out with the white boy that you want to defend so much. Oh, yeah, I'm going with it tonight. I'm pissing a lot of people off. I'm telling you that right now. So go ahead and get ready. Oh, yeah. That's where I stand with it. I'm not playing any games about that. We can't afford to play with our culture. Because, see, this pains me to do this. Pains me to do this. A sip of this water. Pains me to do this. I have the utmost respect for DOC and his work. Certified legend. But this is an issue that is borderline treason. Some will say all the way treason. DOC, Rakim, and everybody else, let me make something clear to y'all. If you gonna stand with an outsider against your people, I understand Millie Mill is not the easiest person to get along with, but that's a family issue. Eminem is not family. Not in regards to hip hop or anything related to the Black struggle. He's one of the dominant society. We've heard the little tapes that came out, the Benzino release and everything years ago. Okay. A lot of things with his actions. Same thing. I'm putting this on Kid Rock too. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and call him what he is. He's a low-key little white supremacist. See, I'm going to tell you something we can't stand here in the South as foundational Black American men. We cannot stand when off-code Negroes are so eager to have that white friend. I got to show you I got the white friend. Bringing them around your off-code. We look at you like you crazy. Like, hey, man, who told you could bring that white boy over here? See, we don't have no shame in telling them they don't belong down here because they do it to us down here. See, there's a reason why y'all keep hearing me saying it's going to take the South to straighten a lot of shit out. Oh, yeah, I don't care who get mad at that. I got to say it. Because there's certain things we don't do. Ain't no concert you gonna go to down here in no part of Georgia where the white people saying nigga, nigga, nigga. Some of these other regions of the country, oh, that's normal. Then they walk around nigga, nigga, nigga. No, you better not. You better skip over that word. Well, where my Georgia people at? Tell me if I'm lying or not. How many times you been somewhere and you heard them right along with everybody? They know. Because everybody in that crowd look at you like, what, have you lost your goddamn mind? We don't have no homeboys and partners that we let call us nigga outside race. And I don't care about this goofy argument, well, nobody should be saying it. Now, you're not finna gaslight me. I don't care what problem you have with the word. That's a word you can't say. See, we've established that down here in the South, okay? Everybody down here, you know I'm telling the truth when I say that, all right? It don't matter what part of Georgia you from. You know we don't play them games with them people like that. So see, when I see a certified legend whom I respect, DOC talking about you stand with Eminem and beef against Millie Mill after this track drop? See, certain things you have to think in your mind. How would this look if it was the other way around? Let's say it was an Asian rapper. Black rapper disrespect him in Asian culture. The Asian rapper stand with the black rapper. He would be a pariah amongst his people. You see where I'm going with this family? We're going to get some straightening here tonight. I'm going to play some things and we're going to break some things down, but I got to take you where a lot of the issue is and a lot of the problem starts, because if you're ever going to fix a problem, you have to properly diagnose it, okay? So that's what we're going to do here tonight. I'm going to play this. We're going to study it thoroughly and we're going to dissect it and critique it. And anybody get mad, and you just going to have to get mad because somebody going to have the balls to do what needs to be done. Let's get started. And before we do, I want you to take a good look at this picture, right? Because this is in the thumbnail. Yeah, I almost forgot about it. I want y'all to take a good look at this picture. The optics of it. Again, I get it. Billy Mill, over the years, has not been the easiest person to get along with. But look at him. The wigger versus the real deal. Okay? No other culture will have their own going against their own and just be like, yeah, it's cool. They will be chastised. And you chastise those you love. So I just want to add that part before we start this here tonight.
Salut à tous, c'est François ici en direct de New York. Je voulais tous vous remercier énormément pour ces petits commentaires vachement encourageants à la fin de l'interview. J'espère que ça vous a plu et en échange, enjoy ces quelques petites vidéos. Ciao.
It's nasty. Okay. I don't care what color he is. I don't care none of that, man. You know what I mean? You know, real artists respect real artists, man. And especially like a conscious artist that sits down to write. Mm-hmm. And when he hears another artist that sits down and does his writing, and he know, brother, nasty. You know what I mean? Regardless, you can't take nothing away from his thoughts and his pen. Okay. You know what I mean? And M is nasty, man. I tell people to this day, if M was black, he'd be if M was black, he'd be the next Muhammad Ali, man.
If M was black.
All right. Now, this is Brother Rakim, hip-hop god, christened by the people, not himself. We bestowed that title upon him. So, therefore, he has no right to reassign that title to an outsider, no less. Still be different if it was somebody from amongst us. Now, let's deal with what he said. He said, okay, he don't care nothing about color, this, that. He just respect the crowd. Rakim, if you're really going to be honest, especially compared to you, brother, Eminem is not nowhere close to any of the greatest lyricists you can name. Let's keep it real. Fuck all that funny bullshit. Well, it's not funny to me, but the goofy Looney Tune stuff. Rapping about killing your girlfriend, your mama. You're always starting beef with women. That's some punk shit. Hip-hop was the epitome of masculinity. There's nothing masculine about going after women. Hell, you can't even really count dealing with foundational Black American freedmen artists in hip-hop going through the years. You can't really count a whole lot of beefs that men had against female rap artists. Because like that shit was considered punkish. The closest that you consider is if she was a part of a crew and they got to trading rounds back and forth about a crew. But as far as the brothers say, yeah, I'm gonna pick her, I'm gonna go at her. See, I got to say this, and it's gonna be hard for me to do, but somebody has to do it. See, one of the job of men amongst other men, we have to check each other. Now I know a lot of people like, GPS, who you to check him? Let me tell you who I am to check him. I'm one of the guys, one of the people that elected Rakim as the God MC throughout the years because I respect his talent and what he stood for our people. Rakim, brother, you don't have the right to give that to nobody else outside the community. LL Cool J, Tupac, Nas, okay? Shit, hell, let me throw the female MCs in there. Shauna, Missy Elliott. Okay, I'm just naming names, man. Even though he been a lot of cooning been going on, but your Lil Waynes, okay? Any of them high boys. Master P, the whole No Limit crew, Rick Ross. Where the fuck do Eminem compare to any of them guys, man? Come on, man. See, that little white boy novelty, when you break down lyrics for what they mean and they apply to, most of us can't connect to that bullshit. That's for the pill popping drug heads. Rakim, he's nowhere in your stratosphere. And you know that, which leads me to wonder what corporation threatened you and made you say it. Because if you respect what you put into the game and the craft itself, why in the hell you putting a white boy over you? See, Rakim, brother, I'm saying this out of love. Because see, I want this to be an example, this broadcast for the young over here tonight. Listen to me. What you did and what you're going to do that we examine here tonight is the equivalent of you telling your job, not the job telling you, but you telling the job, hey, I've been here 20 years. Go ahead and put the new Ricky white boy over me as my supervisor. Really? So I'm just getting it off my chest tonight, because if nobody else don't say it the way it need to be said, I'm going to do it here tonight. I'm going to tell the truth and let chips fall where they may after I do it. Let's let it continue.
He would not be M.
See, and that's why I said it, because check this out.
When you have M receiving an award, and you got 50 whiteys with the same haircut as him getting in the public, you can be all 50 Cent you want. You won't get 50 Tysons get in.
Right.
Okay, so don't bring it this way, because M would not be M if he was black.
Now,
that's for sure.
Check this out.
I don't think so.
Name how many black rappers is better than Eminem?
Me, I'm not a fan of Eminem, Scarface.
Hundreds of them. I'm finna say something. Y'all gonna probably find this quite controversial. Cannabis is actually better than Eminem. Yeah, I said it. God damn it, I did. Go back and listen to some of his stuff. Take the fanfare off of it and the white boy. Because they get the fail of a white boy come out, imitate something we do to mediocre proportions, and now all of a sudden they crown the greatest. Go back and listen to some of Cannabis. I'm going to tell you one better. You're going to really think I'm crazy now, but I'm going to name a song, and I want y'all to go listen to it if you hadn't heard it. Because you're going to be like, GBS, you crazy. You out your mind. Ain't no way in the hell that one better than you. Oh, yeah, I'm finna give you one. Y'all finna laugh your ass off, but I'm going to name a song I want you to listen to show you that this rapper that I'm about to name, he can be serious when he wants to. Lil B. I know, yes, I said it. Lil B. Let me give you the song, because I know you like, brother, you done lost your mind, not Lil B. Watch this. Go type in right here on YouTube when you get a chance. Lil B, Chasing the Rain. The song is called Chasing the Rain. I want you to listen to that song front to back. What's going to surprise you about it, if you know who Lil B is, you're going to be like, oh, man, he goofy. He don't never talk about nothing serious. Shit. He put all the jokes to the side on that one and ripped that bitch from front to back. You listen to that and tell me when the last time you heard Eminem drop a boy like that. Oh, yeah. Don't take my word for it. Lil B, Chasing the Rain. Go listen to that. See, Rakim, I got to wonder, man. I have to wonder. And not only Rakim, let me say this to all foundational Black American men, not just with hip hop, but whatever you're doing. If you mastered your craft over a number of years to the point that not only do you recognize you the greatest, but your peers say, you know what, that's the best that ever did that. How in the hell does your self-esteem get low enough for you to put somebody outside of your craft, hadn't even been in a fraction as long as you, above you? So, brother, I'm hoping the corporations forced you to say that because they know who our icons are. But, brother, let me tell you and everybody else something. You celebrities, all of you, you're going to have to get more comfortable doing what Dave Chappelle did. Now, I know Dave Chappelle has been controversial, but hear me out. What I mean by getting comfortable with what Dave Chappelle did, he was just like, okay, you're going to cancel me? Cool. You can't cancel me if the people have my back. You're going to have start having more faith in the grassroots that helped you get there. We're going to hold you down. Don't sell us out like that. Because, see, when you do that, you're going to put those of us with our nuts still attached in a place where we're going to have to stand up and say, hey, whoa, goddammit, you don't have the authority to do that. No, you don't. I respect the hell out you, man, but we gave you that title, God MC. I'd be damned if you're going to put it on some little Johnny-come-lately white boy running around talking about killing his mother. Fuck that. No other culture will let you do that but us. And then it's sad you got some black men will sit here and argue with you about what I'm saying. So my question to them is like, how much do you value our culture? Huh? How much do you value the house that we built? Just giving shit away. See, a lot of people don't understand that this hip-hop issue, and shout out to Brother Tariq Nasheed and Dwan B, both of them have hip-hop documentaries coming out that's going to straighten all this bullshit out. But listen, I want you to understand what I'm about to say. If you can just so cavalierly give away your culture, then why ever open your mouth about being respected as a foundational Black American freedman man? And how dare you open your mouth talking about you want power? Because a part of having power is commanding respect. You understand? I'm not playing about this bullshit. This is not funny, and this sickens me to my stomach to hear this legend, this icon, crowned by the people, praising this damn mediocre ass white boy. Let's let this continue.
Face to me kills Eminem a trillion times. My main poet kills him. Keres kills him. Nas kills him.
All of those are different. All of those are like different style rappers though.
Yeah.
Scarface. Like when I heard Scarface say, I wish that I could save everyone, but I'm a dreamer. I said, that nigga's nasty. I like that shit right there. You know what I mean? Smile for me and all that. I was like, yo, I'm starting to feel Face. Crazy, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, Face is nice.
You begin to feel him? You never felt him when he was Ghetto Boy?
No, in the beginning.
Okay.
And not saying that.
See, I got to stop it again. The intro to this live stream, you listen to that song Scarface was singing, okay? When the hell Eminem ever rap something like that? Because see, talent in being a hip-hop lyricist is beyond just you rhyming words. It's about the words you rhyme and do it connect to your people. Huh? And then the song he mentioned that Scarface did with Tupac, Smile For Me. Imagine if you replaced Scarface with Eminem on that. That shit wouldn't even hit the same because he would be talking about something we can't relate to. See, this cosplaying of black people, just because you come in and you learn a few dance moves, you go and find a bed winch to lay up with, then you think you call yourself a rapper, you put on chains to dress like us. You can't duplicate our spirit in our craft. You can't do it. I don't care who go and call you whatever. You can't imitate what we are. The albums and the music that we vibe with, that we feel, whether it's hip-hop, R&B, whatever the case may be, we identify with that and praise the artists behind it because they give us things that hit our spirit as a people. It ain't but a handful of white dudes that you can say, okay, that white boy got soul, so to speak, okay? I can name a couple of them and count them on one hand. Eminem ain't one of them, okay? He not. Neither is Bubba Sparks. It's gonna piss some people off. Neither is Power Wall. Damn sure not Vanilla Ice. No, they're not. Cause see, when you get the naming, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Pimp C, okay? 8 Ball and MJG. Oh yeah, I'm taking it back. We're talking about real lyricists now. Outkast, Goody Mob, Ludacris, okay? Huh? You gonna have the audacity to stand Eminem bitch ass up in that boy ain't even worthy enough to stand in the same room with them people I just named. Not on any contingency or relevancy. How? The knockoff generic brand claiming to be better than the original, man, if you don't get out of here. I'm going to let this play, though, because we got a lot more to analyze.
I didn't feel them, but in the beginning, you know, they was doing the, what's the name of their crew?
Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, the Ghetto Boys. They was doing the like, doom, 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 doom. It was an eye joint, but he didn't get a chance to air out until he started doing solo joints.
The word is yours. Crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He didn't get a chance to air out, I feel, till he started doing solo joints. And I was like, yo, okay. Because when they was together, they was doing, you know, crew, you know, fun joints, Ghetto Boy joints. But when he started doing solo shit, he started rhyming, man. You know what I mean? See, M is more of a lyricist than a rapper to me. And, you know, like some of the people you just named, like,
Brother Rakim, you know better than that. You can't separate lyricist from rapper. The two are intertwined. You can't be a great lyricist unless you're a great rapper. And you can't be a great rapper unless you're a great lyricist. See, and it's sad that I got to say this, but when you're dealing with both, okay, it starts with what's in your mind. He does not have the mental wherewithal to be a true hip-hop lyricist. If we going by what the culture really stood for, he don't have that. Hence his goofy ass rhyme. See, watch this. I'm gonna tell you where his career will be over. If you drug Marshall, because I'm gonna call you what you are, boy. Ain't no damn Eminem. I don't play around with candy. This ain't the candy zone over here tonight. Marshall Mathers, if you drug his bitch ass out on the stage live and said, okay, you say you the greatest? You say you belong up here on the Mount Rushmore with all these other hip-hop artists that are legends? Spit a rap or rhyme, front to back. You can't mention drugs, killing nobody mama, none of that goofy shit. You got to be talking about something relevant to the culture, and it's got to be off the top of your head. Go. He be done. He can't do it. Let's let it continue.
Face is more like a, he became a lyricist, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Nas is more of a street rapper, he's a lyricist. Eminem don't speak on like a lot of street shit. He deal with, you know, personal shit that happened to him. But what I'm amazed at M is his writing form.
If there was no hip
See, you right. He can't talk about street shit or anything culturally relevant to black people who are the originators of the art because he's not of us. And I got news for you, Rakim. Hip hop has never been a Dear John or Dear Abby letter. That bullshit he talking about in his personal life, you got artists right now, whoever you want to name, they address things in their personal life, but they keep it brief because they know, hey, this is not what the craft is about. You crying and whining about how hard things was. See, that's another thing. Let's go there with it. That white entitlement, whining to the world about your problems. Most of our artists don't do that because we know, hey, we're in the same boat with all of our people. So complaining about issues that all black people go through, most artists are not doing that. As far as their personal lives now, as far as our situation as a collective, sure, they speak on that. But Eminem is always on, oh, woe is me, something happened to me. See, that era right there, that's why I could never respect him. One reason why I could never respect him as a true hip-hop artist. You in the game crying and whining about your personal life, about personal decisions that you made. And you what you expecting, sympathy from us? Of people that's been under oppression in this country for 400 years? Get your soft ass the fuck out of here, white boy. Let's let this continue.
hop, this guy might have wrote books, you mean? Writing is in him, that's what you mean.
You know what I mean?
With or without music.
Word is born. And I feel with the talents that he had, if he would have been black, he would have been just as good, you know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of, you know, some black rappers, they got gimmicks with them, and the gimmick could get them over more than they rap, you know what I mean? M's lyrics speak for itself. So if he would have came, you know, maybe he wouldn't have sold as many records as he sells, but I think he would have still been nasty, black or white.
Yeah, I just wish he would do less of that 50 Cent bullshit and more white trash shit.
Let me go ahead and throw this out here too. Cause Rakim, you know what I'm about to say, brother. You got brothers out here across the nation, black neighborhood to black neighborhood, that have not been discovered, that are 10 times better than Eminem. Where my people in here that frequent the underground hip hop scenes that still exist today? Come on now, y'all gonna look. I know everybody in here probably knows somebody in your city right now would tear Eminem ass out the frame in a damn battle rap. Come on, man. In a battle rap contest, I guarantee you, everybody in here, especially if you're over in the South, you know somebody like, boy, that don't even put him up there like that. That wouldn't even be fair. That'll be a bloodbath. Because he'll come out with his same old stick, talking about the goofy stuff he talk about. But when you got real lyricists talk, look, watch this. I'm going to give you two boys right here. I know either one of them will eat his ass up. How many of y'all in here heard of the group from Albany, Georgia called Field Mob? Huh? Yeah. Come on now. Really? Field Mob would tear his ass up. Don't, man, see, Rakim, you know better, man. So I'm wondering which corporation threatened you, man. Which one did it? I wish they had the courage enough to come out and say, hey, this is what it is. This corporation trying to force me to do this or that. And I need the people to stand behind me. That's what these celebrities going to have to get the confidence enough to do. And we'll rise to the occasion. But we can't do it if you don't come to your people. I'm going to let this continue because we got to finish analyzing this tonight.
I don't care about the theme of the track.
I just wish it would be more stuff like Stan or, you know what I mean?
Right.
Then when he tries to get in that gangster shit, don't fit him. That's not him. He's the only one who can dress as a clown, with all the respect.
Right.
And it fits him good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I miss a Biz Markie. I miss a Slick Rick. I miss a clown in hip hop, a serious clown in hip hop.
Right.
I just wish he would stick to this instead of doing some, you know, D12 little. I mean, to me that does not fit him.
You know what I mean? The D12 thing. That's like, you know, I look at that like, you know, that's his crew, and he brought them in the door with him. You know what I mean? He came in the door with them and stood there with them. You know what I mean? And you know, that's his people's. And to me, it's like he get a chance to do music that he wouldn't normally do as Slim Shady or Eminem. You know what I mean? But see, it's like myself, man. I got a love for dedication, man. You know what I mean? Because even myself, I fight that battle to try to stay dedicated to whatever I do. It's hard to be dedicated, man. And you know, if it's sports, if it's music, if it's anything, man. When I see somebody that's dedicated, I show them. You know what I mean? My heart go out to them, G, because it's hard to stay focused, man. Dedication, man. And Em got dedication, bro.
Rakim, my brother, let me say this to you. And I want everybody in the chat room to feel what I'm about to say, because this pains me to do this. Because I respect this brother, man, for the MC, the God MC that he is. Rakim, do you think that if you decided to go into what is now considered white music, country music, rock and roll, picking the genre that they got, that they've stolen from us, if you went over there, Rakim, and Eminem was your peer, and you was considered talented over there, do you think he would be doing what you doing now? Oh, Rakim, one of the great. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't go against his people like that for you. See, we got to erase this shit where our men, the warrior class, are willing to go against our people for these outsiders, man. Come on, man. No. All of this is backwards. And see, let me point this out before I let this continue. Because see, this is why these celebrities, I'm putting them all on notice. They're going to have to start getting more in touch with the grassroots, those of us that are studied on the history of things. Because let me tell you what Eminem is, family. For those of us old enough to remember when hip-hop was just starting to get its legs up under it. Because at first it was supposed to be a fad to fade out, it'll never last. First 20 years in, everybody realized that wasn't going to happen. A lot of the white corporations, a lot of white people, due to white children latching on to hip-hop, looking at these MCs, black men and black women, as their icons, their heroes, they're playing the music every time they turn around. Parents can't stand it. The corporation said, you know what? Vanilla Ice was a bust. Damn it, we got to find another white face to put on this thing. So at least if the kid's gonna be looking up to something, it'll be a white face on it. See, we got to start thinking strategic in how these bastards move in the system of racism and white supremacy. You cannot separate that from anything in our culture. You can't do it. Somebody tell me I'm lying about that. Because see, if we don't fight back against this, next 50 years, they'll be telling you Eminem was the father of hip-hop. You think they won't try it? Let me say what I said in my brother Dewan B space of the day. Because that was a very educational space. Very good one. Y'all should check that out. It's on my community tab. Family, look at the way the white supremacists have moved. Look what they did to the Native Americans, okay? All but wiped them out, assumed their identity. Same thing in Australia. Went down there, all but wiped them out, assumed their identity. Argentina, same thing. I could keep going. They come in, colonize, and then assume your identity like the parasites they are. See, it's bigger than just hip-hop or one or two artists. This is a culture war we're in. We can't afford for people to be gullible about what's really going on. I'm going to get back to it and let it continue because we ain't done yet.
Okay.
He got dedication, man, and you can hear it through his music. He's dedicated to what he do. He put his time into it. And what else?
thinking of a master plan. This ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. So I dig into my pocket, all my money spent. So I get deeper, but still coming up with lint. So
I want you to listen to this song. You tell me how the fuck Eminem compare to anything coming out of Rakim mouth.
start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how could I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up, this is a hole up, ain't nothing funny, stop smiling, you still don't nothing move but the money. But now I learn to earn cause I'm righteous. I feel great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street, whistling this, feeling out of place, cause man do I miss a pen and a paper, a stereo, a taper. Me and Eric being a nice big plate of fish, which is my favorite dish. But without no money, it's still a wish. Cause I don't like to dream about getting paid, so I dig into the books of the rhymes that I made. So now to test to see if I got pulled, hit the studio, cause I'm paid in full.
Now I want you to listen to what you're about to hear. I want you to really listen to Eminem. See, a lot of people that's talking about Eminem is so great, they're not really listening to what he's saying. Now you heard what Rakim was saying on the song he was spitting on there, okay? Listen to this and tell me how we gonna put this next to our greats.
Excluding yourself, if you had to take yourself out the equation, is there someone who you may consider to be the greatest rapper of all time?
Yeah, it's a couple people. You know, I gotta start in the beginning, because without that, like, I wouldn't be, you know, who I am. And that's Melly Mel, Kumo D, and Kaz. Them brothers had the skills to be like, you know what I mean? I think if the time would have presented it, you know, if they was around at the right time, it would have been a lot different, you know what I mean, as far as the impact. Unfortunately, everybody think that that's old school.
Yeah.
But, and then you got, you know, one of my favorite MCs is Eminem.
Isn't it crazy how Jay-Z kidnapped Big Daddy Kane, but Eminem kidnapped you? Like, you could see the lyricism and the party side. I mean, you know, Big Daddy Kane had bars too. Yeah, but he was more like the ladies guy, like Biggie and Tupac. I feel like you guys was like, I mean, you're the first in anything, but the way I compare it is, you know, Big Daddy Kane was the club guy, like the serious. Eminem gravitates towards you more because he's just a lyricist.
The beast. Em is nasty. Okay. I don't care what color he is. I don't care none of that, man.
Now y'all hear Rakim saying all this, right? I'm playing this for a reason, because see, when I start making the rest of the points I'm gonna make, ain't nobody gonna be able to dispute what I'm saying.
I mean, you know, real artists respect real artists, man, and especially like a conscious artist that sits down to write, and when he hears another artist that sits down and does his writing, and he know, brother, nasty, you know what I mean? Regardless, you can't take nothing away from his thoughts and his pen. Okay. You know what I mean? And Em is nasty, man. I tell people to this day, if M was black, he'd be if M was black, he'd be the next Muhammad Ali, man.
Our first guest has been called the most influential MC of all time. Without him, you know, there would be no Biggie, Tupac, or Jay-Z. He's got a new memoir. It's called Rakim, Sweat the Technique. Please welcome to our show my new friend, Rakim. What are your thoughts on hip-hop today?
I love Jay. I love Eminem. I love Nas.
Right. And the thing about Eminem that we both agreed is that he's such a good storyteller, like you. Yes. I like to hear his story. Like, how long?
A good storyteller? See, a cornball like Wendy Williams, I would expect that to come from her mouth. let me go ahead and take this from the FBA class to tell you who was a good storyteller. You young bucks are gonna have to research this name because a lot of you probably hadn't heard the name of the artist I'm about to say next. But if you go and look up his music, you'll bear me witness on what I'm about to say. You want to see who a good storyteller was? Go listen to Slick Rick. Huh? Now tell me Eminem could tell a story in hip hop better than Slick Rick. Man, if you don't get out of here, Too Short. Let's bring it back to our lineage. Too Short. Rest his soul, Eazy-E. Let me go ahead and give props to one of the greatest hip hop artists that was cut short before his time. You gonna tell me that when we talking about hip hop greats, that you can stand Eminem next to Big L if he was still alive if you don't get the fuck out of here? Boy, this is getting me heated, man. Cause see, look, I'm a child of hip hop, okay? I came up in the 80s and the early 90s when you can say was kind of the golden years if you really want to tell the truth about you having to be skilled to be considered amongst the greats. You couldn't just spit a bar or two or somebody put you on one feature. No, you had to be great in front of a crowd. You had to come up from the underground. People had to respect you for your talent. It wasn't about what the corporations were pushing in front of you like it is today. No, it came from the soil up. See, that's where hip hop has gone wrong, okay? The names that we named that are legends today, they earned that respect, man. I want y'all to listen to the rest of it, though, because like I said, I'm playing this for a reason. I want y'all to hear it with your own ears.
Can you rap about stuff and things and diamonds and cars?
Right.
I like a nice story.
Did you recognize your influence on Eminem early on when he was blowing up?
Honestly, I didn't recognize it until I spoke to Proof.
Rest in peace, Big Proof.
Yeah, rest in peace, Proof. Yeah, like I didn't, because I think that, you know, Eminem has a unique style, but I didn't really see how it resembled mine. Like if anything,
and it doesn't resemble Big Daddy Kane's style at all. And y'all are absolutely right. I would also put Big L up there with Pac. Big L was a beast, man. Man, what y'all about to hear though, we doing this to study why it's important that when you start to see things like this happen, even if we revere the people that are saying it, we are like, wait a minute. That's a bridge too far. You can't do that. You don't give away our culture or the titles of greatest unless you convene with the family first. Oh yeah, I'm saying it like that. We had a hand in building it by supporting it, even if we're not the artists on the stages. We were the one going to support you on the underground. We was the one that was buying your music when you started to come up. We're the one, and see this right now, we understand who the largest demographic of the people that go to their concerts are. We get that part. But see, here's the other half that's just as important, if not more. Yeah, white folks buy the majority of the tickets to go to the concerts. But if we're not playing your music where we live, if your music isn't the soundtrack to our lives, it doesn't give you credibility and it doesn't allow you to rise to the status of the greatest where we place you. Somebody got to say this like it is. Let's let it continue.
I would think flow-wise, it kind of resembled more Busta. That's just my opinion, you know? Like flow-wise, I mean, you know? But when we just did this interview just recently and he was talking to me about my rhymes, then I was sitting there like, okay, I get it now, I get it. Yeah. But I mean, M is a beautiful brother, man, because I mean, nothing goes over his head, man. Nothing goes over his head.
I love and respect Kane. Kane was one of the guys that if you said, hey man, who are some of the rappers that influenced your life and your swag as a black man? Big Daddy Kane name would be in there if you in my age range. But Eminem is not our brother. He's not. Respectfully, brother, Eminem is not a brother of mine. No, he's not. He hasn't shown himself to be a brother lyrically as far as equal talent, because he's not. He's not even in a top 20. Yes, I said it. He's no brother to our people because he don't advocate for our causes, nor does he speak up and show his face when something wrong happened to black people. See, if you love hip-hop, this is the standard that I want everybody in this chat room to start adopting right now if you hadn't already. You can't just love hip-hop because it make you dance and it's entertaining and it's cool, you want to dress like us. You got to love the people that created it, goddammit. It's time somebody said that shit just like that. Let's let it continue.
Like, I mean, he's a student of the game that studies it like a scientist that's pouring little drops of stuff in. Yeah, he studies it thoroughly. You know, I mean, and it was a good conversation we had. You know, I mean, yeah, he's real deep into hip.
Jay-Z has always said he's the Michael Jordan of hip hop. So if that's true, then that means you got to be Dr. J. But let me ask you this.
Thank you, brother.
Let me ask you this. Who you think is who is, if you're Dr. J, Hov is Jordan, who is hip hop's Kobe Bryant in your opinion?
I don't know. What's the generation after Jay? I don't know. Would it be Eminem?
Oh,
Maybe
I like that one.
Maybe M.
I like that one. Real MCs holding on to the art.
That's real. Hey,
I love it.
That one. I wasn't expecting that answer. That's pretty good.
As someone who's known for lyricism, not include, who do you think is your top 3 lyricists of all time?
I'll say, myself. You said 3.
3.
I would say myself, Rakim, and KRS. But to be honest with you, someone that's Nas, Cool G Rap, Biggie, Jay-Z, Eminem, Big Pun, I'm not mad at any of that, because I think those.
You be someone, like Eminem, and just have amazing cadence and
And see, family, I'm letting this play for a reason. I want you to see all of these icons and legends. That's Eminem. This is how you know this is something that came from the top. I want you to bear with me. Now, you look at the people that's Eminem. Certified legends in the game. All of them saying this around the same time. That comes from the top down. And see, this is to go to show you the importance of not continually staying on these labels and not building your own so that you your own boss. And can't nobody step down from the top and tell you, hey, you gonna go put the white boy over you. Fuck your 20, 30 years in the game. Fuck the people that put you there. We gonna put the white boy above you and we gonna make you go out there and say it, little nigga. How's that different from Calvin Candy and Django, huh? These my niggas, huh? How's that any different? I want y'all to hear Camel Miles here, who y'all know how I feel about him, but I want y'all to hear Camel Miles. Let's let this play.
like almost like the syncopation and like I sit back with this act, is zigzag, and this back, and this act, and this Z, and you almost become this percussion, inside the music. So there's multiple ways to be like really good. The whole thing about collaborations is so skewed. I think Nas did it when he was saying, Eminem killed you on your. I think Nas made that thing.
Oh, you're right. That
I think that was the point with. Because we always thought it. We always thought who was better, Cool G Rap, but we still enjoyed the record. Now it's like you don't even get the record out before the person is saying.
I try to enjoy.
Who won? Yeah. Who won? Like the record is not even out before. When records coming out, they say, I wonder who got who. Yeah. The record hasn't even come out, so now people don't even enjoy the record.
Listening for beef.
Yeah,
we just thought the same thing about. We just did that about Eminem and Nicki.
Yeah, see,
because Nicki held her own.
But that's cool. That's fine because we do that as just a human nature. But as long as we enjoy the record.
Were you offended? Were you offended by the concept when people say you got murdered by him on your own shit? Did that bother you?
No, I think he's a very intelligent rapper.
Let's go to the 2-7. The second best-selling hip-hop album of all time is the Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem, against a 7 seed Country Grammar, Nelly.
Wow. I guess I'm gonna have to get an edge to Eminem, even though I love that Country Grammar album. You know, Eminem is just one of the greatest MCs of all time. So.
Yeah, I know a lot of this is breaking your heart over here tonight, but see, somebody had to put this together and put it in front of your face. If you hadn't seen it, I'm doing this for a reason, to point out the importance of what I said a little bit earlier in the broadcast. Regardless of how much we revere somebody, if you wrong, you wrong. We're going to have to pull their coattails about this, man. This can't be allowed to be. Let's let it continue.
You know, I'm going to have to give him the nod.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yo, you know what, man? I really, I remember, when I was, at the time, I was, kind of tinkering around, and me and Dre were experimenting in the studio, and he had told me about your project, and he was really excited about it. And I remember doing some interviews and talking about you before you broke. And, yeah, I just want to say congratulations, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely do your thing. I love the way you do it. And, you focus, you concentrate on the music. You don't play games with it. And you know what? Congratulations, homie. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate the respect at the same time. You know what I mean?
Good looking out. I appreciate it, man. Yo, so listen, man. You got this relationship with Dre. You're cool with 50. So when are we gonna hang out? I got cable at my house. I got, and the game is on. What's going on?
Yo, we're gonna link up. Let's get together and let's do it, man. Let's break bread. I'm coming to the house. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's get together.
Okay.
It's on. We're gonna exchange numbers. I'm gonna make sure all the communication is gonna be straight. We linking up.
Yeah, that's hot, man. That'd be lovely.
So Marshall, what's good, baby?
Now, let me say this to the family. The reason why I have such a problem with all of them giving them all this unearned praise, when the last time any white person accepted us into anything that they dominate like they accepted this mediocre white boy? Look at NASCAR. Look at it. Was that one brother that was driving over there? I think he was biracial, but in America, you black. Look how they treated him. And he was pretty damn good. We got to stop this, man. If you want respect, it must be reciprocated. We shouldn't just give them a free lane. Yeah, come on in the house. No, we got to stop that bullshit. It's time to circle our wagons, man. You got to earn our respect to be amongst us like this. This boy hadn't earned nothing. As far as I'm concerned, the minute that them tapes came out where you were running around using the N-word, oh, no, you done. You can rhyme. The corporation can push you, but we'll never give you legitimacy. See, this is a painful thing to hear our icons praising him like this and giving him a pass on his egregious things that he's done. So let this continue.
Boy.
Everything is good, man. Everything is good. I'm just in the studio right now working on songs and stuff like that.
That's what's up.
So,
that's what's
well,
up. The world is waiting, baby.
Yeah.
Just as well, man.
Looks like a job for. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
No question.
Hey,
no question.
I got a funny story, man.
What's up?
When Walking with a Panther first came out, right? I was just thinking about this today, and that's what made me. I heard that you was going to be up here, and I was like, oh, I got to call.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking about this story because when Walking with a Panther first came out, there was like a little hotline that you could call and get a sneak preview of the album.
I remember that.
And it was like $1 a minute, right?
Yeah.
And the album was like on loop forever, and you could listen as long as you wanted. But I ran up like $27, and my mother kicked me out the house.
That's crazy. I remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember it too. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah. If there's any consolation, I ain't see a dime of that money. They ran off with it so crazy. I ain't even gonna front.
Wow.
It's amazing how many people you could touch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, I tell you what, your longevity in the game is insane.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And just to extend my I know that we talking positively, but I still want to extend my condolences about your man. You know what I'm saying? And,
good looking. I appreciate that.
I was looking all over, and I mean this. This is the truth. This is a true story. I was trying to find out from my people where I could send something to you at, but I really didn't know because they said something like maybe you weren't accepting things or they wanted to keep it private or whatever. But I tried to reach out to you, and even though we had never really linked, I felt your pain.
Now let me stop LL right there. I'm glad this was brought up during this phone call, this interview here. Remember his group called D12, them brothers, huh? Remember them? Remember the shit he was having them to do? Particularly the big brother, Bizarre, okay? Humiliating himself. Being a clown or basically a minstrel. Where them D12 cats at, the ones that still living today? Where they at? Where the ones that still living today? Where they at? Is he talking about how great they were? And look, why didn't, no matter what he do, he put them on, okay? And make sure that their names are still known, huh? Where they at? Compare that, what he did with that group D12, to how all these dudes over here, certified legends who he don't even belong in the same room with, let alone on a phone call with. Compare that to how they just gushing and accepting him. None of them even really bringing up them brothers other than they talking about proof here, but I want y'all to hear the rest of this conversation between him and LL.
Saying so, you know, I just wanted to let you know that, man, and let you know, yo, homie, you official in hip-hop, baby. We love you, man. No question.
Yo, I appreciate that, L.
All right,
I
baby.
really do, man. Thank you.
No doubt, dog.
Word up. Yo, M, thanks for calling up, man. It's dope, big.
Homie.
CEO of the situation.
Jason from Miami, we love you.
Jason from Miami.
I'll never forget that.
That's you and him. I'm gonna end it on this one. LL versus Eminem.
Well, you know what, M. First of all, M is like, it's like my man. That's the first thing.
Cool.
And then M, like I don't, you know.
I'm just like, saying with the.
How about the first thing you say, LL, instead of looking off and pausing like, ooh, I better not say that. You should have said, hell no, he ain't no comparison to me. LL, brother, this shit right here, that made Queens look bad, man. That made the New York didn't elect you as one of the kings of hip hop for you to do that. Ask you about a white boy versus you, and you looked to the side and had to pause and think about what the fuck you said. Instead of putting your chest out and saying, this microphone on my arm, he can't touch. This is embarrassing, man. I'm angry about this. Because I love these guys. I respect them, man. But see this? No, this ain't gonna stand. Let's let it continue.
Fans of writing. I'm reading there and I'm just, that's it.
I mean, I just love M so much, man. I mean, you know.
You don't want to fry his fish?
I mean, nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I would be open to playing records with M. I probably would be open to that. Like, you know, to do some, but the thing is, I would never, like, want to say anything. I would never say nothing derogatory about M. M has been.
I don't think M is the vibe. I just threw it in the air just because.
But he's been in my corner since he started. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been giving me love since day one. Like, I got a lot of respect for him. He's really like my man. You know what I'm saying? My little man, like my man.
Facts. Nas,
you know,
Nas,
like my little
Nas
man.
is great.
Hebo Arena.
So now y'all heard all of that, right? I know it was hard to listen to, but let me say this as we close out that portion of the broadcast here tonight. I want young black men listening to this to hear what I'm telling you, okay? Just because a white person does a favor for you or is supportive of you, that doesn't mean you indebted to them for the rest of your life and you place them where they don't belong. Be like, okay, yeah, I appreciate that, cool. You know, we can reciprocate on a blood in, blood out basis or as far as on the respect level. But just because you do one thing for me, that doesn't mean I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life. Hell no. I had to show y'all that, man. And somebody had to critique that the way I just did because you can't sugarcoat certain things, okay? Now, a lot of y'all probably heard this Twitter space here, this portion of Brother Tariq's Twitter space. Shout out to that brother. I had to include this in the broadcast here tonight because there's some very important things we're going to have to break down about these tethers again. Yeah, I got to go back there because we got to clean this FBA cultural house, okay? It's time to get some bleach, some pine sauce, some spick and span, whatever you want to name. We finna clean this goddamn floor tonight, okay? I'm going to analyze this conversation. I want y'all to listen to this for those of you that didn't hear it. This is going to be hilarious because it's going to prove a point that I've always been saying. If the men of a culture are cowardly, the women will be the same damn way because that's where they draw their strength from. It's a warrior class. I'm going to play this conversation. Then we're going to come back with some commentary and start breaking certain things down.
Either one of you unmute your microphone and hop on. And while we're waiting on you to unmute, we'll get Kabidi.
Hello? Hi, my
Okay,
name
is that you?
Yeah, it's Hibo. I'm wondering, like, if we divide ourselves and say black, brown, whatever, that only serves the people who are not making cars in America, who are not developing America, who not.
First of all, notice this Hebo, and she's Somali, by the way. I recognize the accent from anywhere. But recognize this Hebo, she's already speaking French, talking about this we. You know where I'm going with this we shit. Let's let it continue.
Who are making us jobless. We should be focusing on a government that's caring and uniting the people, so the owners of the companies don't have to go to another country, take away the money, and make you jobless. And you know, that's what is relevant at this moment. It's slavery in the past. It's in the past. We cannot ignore what is killing us right now. That is our people divided. Our people, the majority, 1% owns everything. That is the fact.
Now, you heard the statement she just made. Celebrities is in the past. That's in the past. First of all, you don't run your little tethery ass over here and tell us what's in the past as pertains to our lineage. There is no we, goddammit. You are not a foundational Black American freedman. Therefore, you do not dictate to us what's in the past and what we don't need to worry about. You don't get to do that. And see, before we continue with that, let me educate you on something. And shout out to my good brother George Macon for this, because I saw this clip on his channel and I had to include this over here tonight. Salute to you, good brother, if you're listening. I got to give the brother his props because this is where I first saw this. She's telling us slavery is in the past. Okay. Let me educate you on a little bit of history. And as I always do, let me warn you, what you're about to hear is going to be very sensitive. But it's important to let their own people tell you the truth about what they did to us. So before we get back to analyzing this conversation, let me go ahead and present this to you so you can see why we don't play games about nobody not from our lineage coming over telling us about what's in the past. Oh, yeah. See, we're going to give you a thorough history lesson over here tonight.
Wake up, Black people.
Good morning from the Crystal Coast of North Carolina. As we face a rise of anti-intellectualism and revisionist history, I feel like it's time to add to my stories some true stories from my childhood living in the South. I want you to know what you're up against, guys, when you're up against these racists. I grew up in a decent family, church going, the whole 9 yards. But when I was a child sitting around the table with my elders at my grandfather's house, it was quite frequent. There would be stories about racist acts. And the one I'm going to tell you today is the worst thing that I ever heard as a child, and what estranged me from my family from an early age because of the hideous nature of it. It's called the scalding pot. Once, when I was a child, I was arguing something with my grandfather about civil rights. And he just preempted the conversation, and he told a story that he found quite humorous. It was about his neighborhood in northern Forsyth County, North Carolina, near Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and how there was this black man who had done some malfeasance or crossed some sort of line, and all the people in that neighborhood, it was the Box Mountain neighborhood. If you know Winston-Salem, you know that. They were brought together, and there was a big old hog scalding pot. For those of you who aren't Southern, didn't grow up on a farm, a scalding pot is what you put the pork in, the pig, after it's been slaughtered, to scald off the skin and the hair off of the skin so that you can process the meat. It's a pretty grotesque thing. Well, apparently what they did was they took this.
Let me pause this 1 minute, and just in case you didn't hear me earlier, I want to reiterate this. If there's any little black children listening to this, I'm going to pause this for a second. Y'all don't need to let them hear this, okay? Especially, look, if it's a little black child under 10 that you hadn't had certain conversations with, let me pause again and give you time to either go in another room or not let them hear this part, okay? But this is something that will give a child nightmares, all right? I've often told you over here on this channel how demonic these bastards are. So I'm giving you a few seconds, because when I hit this play button, this shit is pure demonic. It's pure demonic.
living black person, and they tied him up and they boiled him alive in this pot. And everyone in this little neighborhood, it was a big party. This was in the early 70s, not 70, it was told to me by my grandfather. I was under 10. His point was I shouldn't view black people as human. So when you were fighting this new wave of fascism, this racist crap that is coming mainly from the South, but everywhere, it's in the Pacific Northwest, it's up north, it's all over, it's in Europe. Remember that who you were fighting. You were fighting people who see you as less than human. And when you do not believe someone is human, you don't have any qualms about doing things. Know your enemy. We need to get ready for the fight of humanity's life. The soul of our entire species is on the line. I challenge every white person out there who's ever heard a story like the Scalding Pot to share. Spread the word.
Now, I apologize in advance for anybody that wasn't prepared to hear that. But I played that for a reason, because over here on my platform, this is a classroom. We have our fun over here and we joke. But about certain subject matter, certain things cannot be sugarcoated. I played that clip for you so that you can understand why those of us like myself that are well studied on our people's history, not just from having read and studied, but from having heard it from our grandparents and great-grandparents in our families as foundational Black American freedmen, men and women, okay? And then for somebody who picks up and runs from a country, oftentimes they don't even consider themselves Black until it's politically convenient to bring your ass over here and tell us what's in the past and what we shouldn't have. I'm going to get back to this conversation, and we going to further straighten this shit out tonight, because we're going to have to clean this house, family. It's going to have to start with us, the men setting the standard, and our women will follow behind us on code, and we must make sure Black children understand who we are as a people and what you do not tolerate. Let's let this continue.
Where are you from, dear? Hebo? I didn't hear you. Where are you from?
I am from everywhere. I am.
Man, where were you born, ma'am?
It doesn't matter where I was born, but I'm Canadian. If that's.
Ma'am, you're not Canadian. Where were you born, ma'am?
Yes, I am Canadian. I was born somewhere else.
You were a
I was
Canadian
born.
citizen.
Yes, I'm Canadian citizen. I was born somewhere else.
Salute to the good brother Project Leroy for the cash app. Thank you very much, my brother. But family, let me say something right now before Brother Tariq goes in on this tether here, because he got the right picture on that thumbnail here, okay? If you too ashamed to say where you from, which is Somalia, in East Africa, if you that ashamed, that means that the men where you are did not build anything for you to be proud of. They did not fight for you to hold on to your heritage. And therefore you had to flee, because one minute you're ashamed to say where you from, then you just all over the place. One minute she Canadian, and then you're gonna hear she gonna say, oh, I got children over here. Or man, see, this is a failure on the male warrior class. When your women are sounding like this, because see, one thing I got to tip my hat to foundational Black American freedmen sisters are, we don't have no cowards amongst our women like that. We really don't. We really don't. They're not the first line of defense, but goddamn it, our women got some backbone to them, man. And I'm saying that with respect, not disrespect, like the Democrat Party, somebody the backbone of the party with that backhanded compliment. No, what I mean by that is our women are capable of holding things down when the men are not able to. If a brother's not able to work, or he's sick, or heaven forbid, the head of a household passes away, you look at our grandmothers and great grandmothers. And I'm not going to even discount some of the sisters today, because I'm not going to say all sisters don't adhere to that. Yes, we do. I've seen it. There are still some good foundational Black American women out here. Yes, there are. Our women, foundational Black American freedmen women, so everybody know who I'm talking about, are used to saying, okay, it's tough, it's difficult, but we're going to make a way out of no way. This This what you finna hear right here? Let me say something to you young brothers right now, because I teach you all to value your seed. You don't procreate with any woman from any lineage that sound like this, because that's the end of your bloodline. You understand me? The woman is the first teacher of the children. As the men, we're the protectors and providers. When we're not around our babies, the mothers of our children are instilling the values in them that we have set for the household, and instilling her values into them as far as what they should be and how they should turn out. And that involves being proud of the culture they're from. You can't even state where you from. Don't you ever procreate with nobody sounding like this. That's the end of your line. You understand me? Y'all probably think I'm exaggerating. We're going to get back to it, and then you make up your mind and tell me then.
And I think Hebo.
Yes?
You're born in East Africa somewhere. That's an East African accent, ma'am. Either Ethiopia, Somalia, or Eritrea. Which one is it?
Okay, put me in Africa. But I'm going to tell you what is relevant, what's good for us. Because slavery has been forever. How many people enslave each other? So many years, so many centuries.
What does that mean, ma'am? What does that
Meaning
mean?
slavery is not new thing. It happened. And it's in the past.
How does that relate? What do you mean it's in the past?
I'm saying right now, we don't have to talk about slavery. We have to talk about living. And living means we get jobs. We unite our people in America to work together.
So what do you mean we don't have to? No.
See, this is what pisses me off. Before Brother Tariq handles this, first of all, there's no we. What gives you the audacity to flee from someplace where you failed? Then all of a sudden you gonna get your courage up and poke your chest out, or shit, in her case, poke that damn forehead out over here and try to call hands over here amongst our lineage. The people that didn't flee where we're from. The nerve of you, to you tether class, not all black immigrants, to you tether class, the nerve of you. Y'all know what I call them, tether tower boys and girls. Tower boy come off the damn bench, gonna tell the championship star players what to do on the damn team. Motherfucker, the only reason you get a ring is because you over here up under us. And that's their situation. Yeah, I'm saying it like it need to be said. You don't come over here when you had no courage to stand at home. And again, I place the courage part for standing up and making change primarily on the men. But let's be clear, the women play an important role in that too. Okay? So you didn't have no courage at home, but you got all the courage to come over here and try to dictate terms to us. That's absolutely ridiculous. I want y'all to listen to the rest of this asinine babble, because Tariq gonna handle it. But I'm showing y'all, we gonna have to clean this cultural house. We got to stop playing. The kid gloves are off with this. Let's let it continue.
No, let's slow down. So what do you mean we don't have to talk about slavery? What do you mean by that?
Because we need to serve. If we talk about slavery, the working class is gonna be divided.
Because no. Because when we talk about slavery, let's be very clear on what you're saying. You're saying we shouldn't talk about reparations, because when we talk about slavery, we're talking about it in the context of us, foundational Black Americans, getting our reparations. So are you saying we shouldn't talk about reparations?
No, I'm saying we should talk about getting jobs at this moment, because
ma'am, we have to get reparations as foundational Black Americans because we're owed, ma'am.
Nobody's gonna give you. No, nobody's gonna give you. You should be. That is.
Listen to this aggressive cowardice in this tether wench's voice. Nobody's going to give you. And see, notice what she keeps saying. We have to focus on jobs. This is also a further indictment on the men from Somalia, her group, because they think the solution to everything is getting a damn job instead of creating your own damn job. See, a builder does not seek to work for somebody their entire lives. They work for somebody to get the skills they need. Then you move on and build for yourself. This is why they can't have anything where they at, because they can't get on code. They're too busy fighting each other over there. This right here is a prime example of the sheer cowardice among some of them. See, I'm going to say something. A lot of you ladies finna throw some tomatoes at me. This is going to be somewhat of a male chauvinist statement, but this is where it serves in our favor. This is what I like about women that talk too much. Oh, yeah. This is what I like about women that talk too much. Because she is just rambling on and on. See, if there was some men that had any pride around her, they would be trying to get her to be quiet about some of the stuff she said. Because she just made their entire lineage look bad. If your daughter's that serious, just wait. I'm finna get back to it.
People are powerful. They enslave you. I'm saying we should be working with working class people like us, people who need jobs, people who don't own anything, we should be against the 1%. We should,
ma'am, if you're Canadian, why does our reparations claim? What does it have to do with you? If you're not, are you in America or are you still in Canada?
But I'm black.
Notice how she tap danced around that question, because like Tariq said, if you in Canada, I believe she's over here in America. But if she's Canadian, what business is our reparations claim with you? See, if she had any courage and common sense, she would say, you know what? I support the foundational Black American freedmen in their reparations claim because, hey, maybe that will give us the blueprint so we can get our reparations from our colonizers. Oh, but that's too much like right. See, when you're a coward is not ever going to have any type of intelligence. They're not. Because their fear overrides their brain's ability to think. And you're long cut off from any type of integrity to stand up for anything. You can't even proudly state what country you really from. Oh, it gets worse, family. Let's let it continue.
Person. And whatever affects the other black people, it affects me. So I'm saying we should work.
No. How is that? Are you in America or are you in Canada?
It doesn't matter where I am at the moment.
It does, ma'am, because how is our reparations claim going to help a foreigner or hurt a foreigner? It wouldn't have anything to do with you if you are a foreigner. That means
I'm not a foreigner. Listen to me, please. I'm not a foreigner. I'm not a foreigner because I was forced to flee my country. You listen to me. I had kids.
Another thing, notice how she says foreigner, a foreigner. That lets you know something. Want y'all to pick up on this. When they're speaking with that much chipped and broken English, that means she ain't been over here very long. I give her, she probably been over here about 5 years. And I'm going to tell you what I suspect. I suspect. Sorry about that. I hit the mute button. I suspect that she came over here probably chasing a Zaddy. A Zaddy might have brought over here, helped her get a green card. Once he dirtied up and had his fun with her, now it's, oh, I'm black like you. I'm black like you. A lot of them pull that when Zaddy be like, okay, you know what? This African heifer fantasy that I had, this is run its course. Let me go ahead and kick you to the curb. What am I going to do? Well, it's not my problem. You're over here. Congratulations, huh? I believe her kids are probably by a white man. Oh, yeah, I'm going there with it. I could be wrong, but nah. I believe her kids are probably by a white man. Because, see, that story, what I just said, is far too common. Y'all can make up your own minds, though, because she got some more babbling to do. I want you to listen to this.
Who were born in America, who were born in North America. So they are part of you. They're like you.
No, they ain't.
Yes, because they're black. They were born in North America. Because they're black who lives in America. That's.
Listen to how aggressive this coward is now that she's over here. They're black like you. No, just because you had your kids and had some anchor babies over here, that doesn't make them connected to foundational Black American freedmen lineage. See, this is something else we got to straighten out too. Because this is why we don't really use that African American term no more. Because it's a misnomer. You come over here, anchor your kids. That does not attach them to our lineage and what we've gone through as a people. No. See, they keep thinking because they come over and get American citizenship on paper, oh, I'm just like you. No, the fuck you not. And further proof, by their own condemnation, You're not like us because you separate out yourselves from us. Oh, yeah, you do. See, for the longest time, we wanted it to be, hey, man, we all black brothers and sisters. Yeah, they black like me. That's how we want to be for the longest time. But again, I thank you to the class for showing us the error of our ways, how foolish we were to think that. Not all, but a lot of you have the same anti-black racist views as these damn white supremacists who you idolize. So thank you. We've learned the lesson now. You've set us straight. That's one thing we do owe you a debt of gratitude for, because that day is gone. It's delineation time from here on out. We can't afford not to at this point, because looking like me and not being on code against white supremacy with me, that does me no good. Let's let it continue.
Their faith is in America. They don't belong anywhere else.
No, ma'am. I'm more than just a black person living in America. I come from a lineage of the people who built this nation from the bottom up, ma'am. I'm very different. My lineage
But
is
that,
different.
I understand that, but I'm saying now you won't get justice. What you want?
No, you don't understand that, because if you did understand that, you wouldn't have said, my creeds are just like you. No, they're not. No, they're not, you little bowling ball head Tilda Winch. No, they're not. Well, I tell you, this graphic is accurate. Because, see, let me tell you something. You know I got to get my joke in, right? Now, you know I got to do it. Serious subject, man, but I got to do it. You tethers with these heads, you shouldn't be afraid of anything. All you got to do is get teams of two. Okay, I want y'all to hear me out now. I got a solution for all this fear. Teams of two. Pick the strongest amongst you. Have one of them lay down and put their feet together, okay? Tie you a good old rope or a chain around them feet. Now then you start turning in a circle and get you some good centrifugal force going, to the point that now you got a tether bowling ball head wrecking ball, and start fighting back with that. You got built-in weapons. Them big cannonball shaped heads, you run around here, I'm afraid, we had to flee, I don't know what to do. Shit, you got a weapon attached to your damn head. Yeah, y'all know I was going there. Y'all, hey, listen, man, I'm not playing with these motherfuckers over here tonight. I'm not playing with them. Let's let it continue.
Want is a justice. That is God can give you that.
Slow down. Who's not going to get justice? What makes you think we're not going to get justice? Ma'am, you're the one who fled. We didn't, ma'am. You're the one who just kind of threw your hands up and bounced. We're different, ma'am. We don't think like that, ma'am. You come from a fleeing background. You can't tell us what we're going to get, and you fled. You don't have the spirit we have, ma'am. With all due respect, I'm not saying this to be mean-spirited, but ma'am, you come from a fleeing background, from a failed culture. And if it weren't for us standing up for justice, you would not have had a place to flee to.
We were forced to flee.
Ma'am, nobody's
We were forced
to
to flee.
You weren't forced to do anything. You could have stayed and fought. Like
We couldn't. That
yes,
you don't understand me, and I don't understand you.
Yes,
We want to.
We couldn't. We had to flee. We couldn't. See, I want you to listen to all this fear in her voice. And it's going to reinforce the statement that I made, that if your men are a bunch of cowards, this will reflect on your women. Anybody doubt what I said? Let me make it simple for you. Ladies, gathered here in this chat room tonight, when you love your man, okay? I'm talking about you love him. He piss you off, but you love his dirty drawers, okay? You want to strangle him, but you love him. Like, ooh, I want to strangle you, but I love you. Tell me, am I lying if y'all don't wear our clothes just to have the scent of us on you? Huh? Tell me if I'm lying, for those of you that love your man like that, if you don't use the lingo we use. You don't start being interested in the things that we're interested in. When we gone from you from any long period of time, you don't take on our ways just because you miss us. Huh? See, I know what that's like, okay? I know what that's like to have women miss you that way, okay? So I'm saying that to say this. Just like our women are attracted to and take on the positive qualities about us and things that remind us of them, they also will take on the cowardice that a man or a group of men exhibits also. And this is embarrassing even for women. Again, I do not hold women to the same standard as the warrior class. Yes, they should be trained as auxiliary support. If we fail, hey, pick this up and get these motherfuckers hell before they get to our babies. Okay? That's the way it should be. We supposed to be on the front line. But at the same time, this level of cowardice, I ain't never heard a foundational Black American freedman woman talk like this. Come on, man. Y'all saw the Alabama brawl down there, man. You had sisters like, oh, you Karen's gonna get involved and go after this warrior class of males? Let me take these heels off. I got something for your ass. Our sisters was right down there with them brothers, and that's how it is down here in the South. See, we got an old code down here. Let me let y'all know something. Down here in the South, a lot of our grandparents told us this. And let me give it to you. Foundational Black American freedman grandparent. Baby, let me tell you something now. If they try to jump you, they touch one of you anywhere, they fight you all everywhere, baby. You understand that? That's how they gave it to us, okay? That's why you saw what you saw down in Alabama. That's how you touch one of us anywhere, you fight us all everywhere. That's how it is down here. Even if it's enemies, we ain't gonna let them folks do nothing to you. See, they don't come from that. That's what they don't understand. And see, I'm gonna have to do some content about all these other different groups appropriating the chair. Or they out motherfuckers just take off running all over the place. And then next thing you know, they got the nerve to have a damn chair holding up like they actually fight something. Oh yeah, I'm gonna piss some people off when I put that content together. Nah, it's not just something cute and a trend to joke online. That chair has significance. We got our memes and everything, but that chair is a symbol of freedom, goddammit. It is. It's a symbol of resisting oppression. But see, they don't get that, though. All they know how to do is be entertained. I'm going to cover that, though. But we're going to get back to what we're talking about here tonight. Let's let it continue.
But you want to put barriers between us.
Ma'am.
I was forced to flee.
No,
I was
you
forced
weren't.
to flee.
No, you
Yes,
weren't,
we
ma'am.
were. We were.
Ma'am, no, you
Proxy war happened in Horn of Africa. It happened. We were forced to flee. We
Oh,
were
we're not
forced to flee. You have to
Y'all could
understand
have.
that it
Ma'am.
was heartbreaking. It's stressful. You don't understand how many people commit suicide leaving their homeland.
Ma'am, y'all have.
Let me address that point right there in particular. See, she said that you don't know how many people commit suicide because they have to flee their homeland. First of all, she has no idea of the hell that our ancestors went through, because if they all committed suicide, we wouldn't be here today. We don't come from let me give up and kill myself people. Now, some of our ancestors did decide to take that way out and take their own lives rather than be enslaved, but that was not a majority because we're here today, as I said. See, the minute that they're faced with a little bit of adversity, the first thing you think of, let me take off running. If everybody where you are as a collective thinks that way, how's anything gonna change? Huh? See, but what we're talking about here, a coward cannot understand the language of courage. They're incapable of it. A coward cannot understand the language of courage. Think I'm wrong? Well, I got more evidence to prove that. Let's get back to it.
Have so many tribal beefs over there and tribal differences in the Horn of Africa. Y'all could have put them shits aside to say, hey, we're going to stand tall against any type of outside oppressive group. Instead, you choose to have all of that damn infighting to the point where you have devastated your whole economy, where you have to flee and then come over here trying to tell us some of your fleeing mindset that we need to follow. No, thank you, ma'am, to be very honest. I don't know.
Black people, look at me. Black people are killing in America. Same thing. And what's happening to us? Killing each other. It's the same.
Not to the point where we have to flee. And black people over here, it's only in small pockets of America where that happens, ma'am. We're not having all-out war against each other. Don't you
We are
project
killing
that on
each other. American blacks are killing each other. Horn of Africa blacks are killing each other.
Not the
we're the same. We're the same. We're the same. No difference because
let me come in here and interject. No, it is not the same. We are not the same. Killing each other. No. Because see, let me tell you something that these damn tethers will do over there in their homelands. If they're fighting an opposing tribe or opposing African state, these motherfuckers are going to team up with Russians and Asians or whatever and fight against their own blood. Instead of saying, okay, whatever happens, we gonna settle it amongst one another. You ain't never seen no Bloods or Crips in the era when that was going on. Go and say, you know what? Yeah, man, we gonna get these Bloods, man. Let's let the Crips form an alliance with the Russians and the Italians. We gonna go get these Bloods. You ain't never seen that. Nowhere in the nation. No, it is not the same. We don't click up with other outside groups to go against our people. You ain't never seen no Bloods team up with no damn Hispanics to go after no Crips or nobody else. You ain't never seen that, and you ain't gonna see it. Because we say, hey, whatever it's gonna be, we'll handle that. Now, what you will see is the two of them coming together to go against other groups. That way, back in the day when that was popping, you would see that. No, we are not the same. Let's let it continue.
We're not the same, man, because we ain't fleeing. It ain't so bad that we gotta bounce. We ain't the same like that, ma'am. We're not fleeing. Do you understand that? Hebo, turn your microphone on, ma'am. We're not the same. We ain't
I don't think her name is Hebo. I think it's Headbo. That's what that motherfucker name is, Headbo.
fleeing. We stay and produce justice. You're not going to tell us what we ain't.
All I can tell you is now, let's be united as a black or the whole working class and fight the 1%. That's all I am saying now. We are killing each other. Black people are killing each other because of poverty. Is Africa, there's poverty. America, black people are in poverty. We're killing each other. We're no different. We're no different. This affected us equally. It is.
And I got to bring up this excellent point that the brother Mr. N1 1976 said. Right now, on the geopolitical stage, excellent real-time example. Nigeria, that coon President Tinubu, is trying to team up with France to go against Nigeria. This is why I salute the young president of Burkina Faso, okay, Ibrahim Traore. I wish him all the success in the world. That young brother has a hell of a fight on his hands, and I hope his people support him because he's trying to get them off their necks. He was like, listen, man, this is Burkina Faso. The French ain't going to keep running this and stealing our resources and putting the people under basically economic oppression. No. If anything changes over there on the continent, it's going to have to be the young like him that's got the heart to fight back. Excellent point you just made there, my brother. Let's let it continue.
Are different, ma'am. We're not the same like that, ma'am. We're standing up to oppression. We don't flee, and many of y'all don't even look at yourselves as black, to be honest. Let's be real. You're black when it's convenient. Many of you East Africans, let's keep it a buck. Many of you look at yourself as dark Caucasians. Y'all not going to sit here and wag that finger on us like, hey, let's get some kumbaya energy. Let's all, no. You guys look at yourselves.
That's also what they were told. That's also brainwashed. But I'm talking to you as a black person, so you don't have to dismiss me. I'm a black person. I believe in blackness. I believe in working class. I believe in we fight the 1% that's enslaving us. So let's not talk about anything else.
No, because you sat here and you tried to tell us don't talk about our lineage, where we're trying to get a justice claim for our lineage. You're telling us to not do that and let's make slavery in the past and there was slavery all over. You're dismissing our unique lineage, ma'am. That's disrespectful.
How she believe in blackness when she's not even proud enough to say where she's from? Y'all heard that in the beginning of the broadcast, but you believe in blackness, man? Get out of here.
No, I'm not dismissing. I believe in God, and I think God will deal with that. It's not going to go away. I know the curse money is not going to free them. Everybody's going to die who made curse money. That's how I believe. I'm a Muslim. I believe whoever use curse money is going to harm them. I think God is doing justice. I live this for God. That's it. I'm not living telling, okay, let's ignore it. I know God is going to, whoever ate or used or enslaved people, he's going to pay in heaven. Yes, he's going to pay in afterlife. That's what.
Let me make this point right now. The one thing God does not condone is cowardice. I've told you many times about the misuse of religion. This is on display right here in this broadcast. The misuse of religion. God doesn't condone cowardice. Faith without works is dead, meaning you have to get up off your ass and exhibit some courage, and you make a move, then he'll go ahead of you and make 10. Boy, I want y'all to listen to it, man. It gets worse.
I believe.
No. We're getting ours here. I'm not waiting to heaven. No, we're going to get ours here. No, we're not. No,
They are getting here. How many rich people who ate church money who are suffering right now? Who are suffering? I see them suffering. They are in mental issue. Some people are suffering now.
Ma'am, we're going to get our justice here. We're not going to wait to heaven. That's that fleeing mindset. See, your heaven is here. You fled from hell, and America is your heaven. And it was made heaven by the work and blood, sweat, and tears of foundational Black Americans. And we will not be dismissed, ma'am. You will not dismiss us, and you will not.
They are suffering. Whoever did eat curse money is suffering. I see them. They're suffering. So God is doing justice.
Ma'am, God is producing justice through us. He's giving us the wherewithal and the energy to produce justice. And ma'am, you're Somali, aren't you?
I am Black person from Africa. I don't care about Somali. Who made me Somali? Somebody else. That's a terminology from the colonial. I don't call myself like I was born in Africa. That's it.
Uh-huh. And see, I'm not ashamed of where I'm from. I'm a foundational Black American. My family was here from the very beginning, and they stayed.
I am African. I'm not ashamed of being African. I don't want to be called what other people.
Ma'am, you won't even name the place where you were born. That's how ashamed of it you are, and you fled from it. My family's from North Carolina and Alabama. I have nothing but love and respect for my family who sacrificed to make it good for me and to make it good for you, ma'am. That's the difference. I'm not ashamed of my ancestry, but go ahead.
Okay, we are different. Allow me to have my own opinion. Don't be a dictator. I am a Black person. Yeah, don't be a dictator. Don't force me to take your way, because that we have to have opinion. And my opinion is through.
Your opinion is worthless amongst foundational Black American freedmen.
Through life, through centuries, people were enslaving each other. And what happened? God is going to deal with that. Things I cannot do something about it, I'm not going to sweat. But today I know 1% is ruling us, not giving us jobs. Why America people are not producing cars? Why cars are made in Mexico and China or somewhere else? It's because the government wants you to starve. So you have to work against that. And that means unite with other people who are working class, who wants to survive, work. But if you divide the working class, you're losing. That's what I believe.
But ma'am, you guys, Somalians, you guys come over here and create your little enclaves, and you distance yourselves from us when you get your benefits from what we have. You're the main ones who distance yourselves from us. So
listen to me. I'm talking to you as a Black person.
Ma'am. You guys are the ones that have the little Somali American schools and the Somali American mosques and the Somali American stores and little Somali and little Ethiopia and little you have your little enclaves where you distance yourselves from us. Whatever little money you make sure that money doesn't trickle into foundational Black American society. But any program, benefit, or set aside that we create, you make sure that you are Black enough to receive that. So we're not going to play that game, ma'am. Y'all really got to get it together on your end, ma'am. The immigrant class, especially from Africa and the Caribbean, there's a lot of straightening that you guys got to get together. Got it?
And see, I want y'all to pick up on what Brother Tariq is saying, because what Hebo or Headbo, as I like to call her, what she's trying to do is hide behind Blackness. Basically, look, let me give it to you this way. What she and other tether class like her attempting to do, they're hiding behind Blackness when it's politically convenient. While we do all the fighting, they hide and duck somewhere. And then when all the fighting is over, we get a victory. Yeah, guys, we did it. Whoo. Boy, that was a hard fight. Like, hey, motherfucker, you was over there hiding. You didn't put in no work. No, see, they're afraid to have to be on their own instead of riding off our coattails. This is why she keeps talking, I don't want to be divided. You're not going to hide up on us and not put in no work? No. When we out here trying to get justice for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, whoever else, if your punk ass ain't out there neck and neck with us, taking the same risk to produce justice, you don't get what we get. That's just the bottom line. You're not going to hide behind, we all black. Nah, yeah, we all black, but you ain't putting in on cold black work. That's how that need to be said. Let's get back to it.
Okay, I am talking to you. We are your brothers. Don't push us. The winning thing is.
Did you hear that? Don't push us. That shit sounded like a threat. Hold on, head bow. You didn't have that courage in your homeland if that was supposed to be don't push us. What the fuck you mean? Listen, let me tell you, tether class something. If you didn't have courage to stand up in your homeland where you were the majority, and we've been standing up to these bastards for over 400 years, you really don't want to go there talking about don't push us. You ain't nothing to push. As soon as you face with difficult adversity, you take off running. You don't really want it with the people that stood toe to toe and didn't flee our homeland. You just so go ahead and take that air out yourselves right there. We'll do it for you. You better stay in your fleeing ass place. Don't push us. Then come over here dictating terms. We are your brothers. No. Our brothers stand up to racism and white supremacy and not run from it or assimilate to it. Let's let it continue.
To collect all working class people. I'm telling you, you're dividing even black people. How are you gonna win? This is your downfall. Unite the working class. Unite people like you.
Man,
forget about the color. Forget about the color.
No. We're actually doing better when we delineate from the tether class who are parasitic towards us. Actually, we do better.
A damn men.
For example, the Montgomery situation, what we're talking about, that was the work of foundational Black Americans getting all on code. We weren't like all of these other people, for example, up in New York when Jordan Neely was getting choked out. There were other Black folks who are Black like you standing around watching and not doing a goddamn thing. We're not like you. Let's keep it a buck. We look kind of like you, but the lineage and spirit is different. That's a reality. Do you understand that? I'm not even saying that
I'm telling you why Martin Luther King was killed, because he said, I would want to see people mingling, becoming united. Yeah, that is when you think like that, you will win. That's why Martin Luther King was killed, because he didn't believe a black, white, whatever. He wanted people to get justice, people to be equal. If you feel that way, if you believe, you will win. And I believe that. That's why he was killed. He was smart.
Slow down. Hebo, should foundational Black Americans get cash reparations in your opinion? In your opinion, should we get reparations? Hebo?
I'm telling you, all I'm telling you is to think like Martin Luther King.
Hebo,
we want
I ask you a question. In your personal opinion, should foundational Black Americans get reparations checks from the United States government? That includes your tax dollars. Do you agree with that?
That's not what Martin Luther King fought for.
Yes,
and I
the
don't
hell it
think
is.
so.
Yes,
No.
it is.
No.
Let's pause it right there. Sorry about that. Hit the mute button again, but let's pause it right there. She said that's not what Dr. Martin Luther King fought for. Okay. We're going to hold that thought because we got to go back down in memory lane and educate the people here tonight. Oh, yeah. Now, what he fought for? Okay. We finna see in a minute. See, she latched on to the white people's version of Dr. Martin Luther King. This is why she don't know what the hell she's talking about. I want you to tell the class to pay attention to something. And hear me when I tell you. You sound like a triple cowardice dipped fool when you come over to our homeland and try to tell us about our history and culture as if you come over here and you talk to a couple white people. Now you know everything about us. It would be the same if we went over to your homeland and only listen to what white people said about you over there. We're finna straighten this out, though, and we're going to let the words of our honorable elder speak for what he said he was fighting for right before they killed him, and you'll see why they really killed him.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
That's the part of history that the white folks didn't tell Headbo with a aggressively cowardly ass at that. So see, over here, I like to provide receipts on certain things when I dispute things. We gonna get back to letting her continue her tether winch battle here because we ain't done with Headbo by sight. Let's let this continue.
Yes, it is. He did fight for reparations.
No, he wanted people to be equal. He wanted people to be equal, and I stand by that.
Ma'am, Martin Luther King wanted us to get reparations, ma'am. He specifically did a speech about reparations. This is what I'm talking about. You don't understand the lineage. You don't understand, ma'am. You're just reading off cliff notes. I'm a foundational Black American. Dr. King was a foundational Black American. We know all the nuances of Dr. King. He specifically spoke on reparations for foundational Black Americans, ma'am. You didn't know that, did you?
Listen to me. All I want is justice. And justice, how am I going to get that? I am speaking for equality for all. I'm not going to divide people.
A coward can't get justice running away from every damn thing.
Is going to help the 1% if we divide. That's it. I'm not going to.
Reparations for foundational Black Americans. For you, yes or no? Hebo, I don't have you muted, ma'am. She's muting her microphone. See,
no, I'm not muting. I'm not muting my microphone. I'm telling you. Okay, I am a person who believes equality, and I know there's things I can do nothing about it. God will do something about it.
Ask you a yes or no question, ma'am. Should foundational Black Americans get reparations from the U.S. government? This is my last time asking you. That's a yes or a no question. I didn't ask you for
no, and my answer is
your answer is what? Wait. Go ahead. Your answer is what? I didn't hear.
I said I don't want to separate myself from other human in America. I want to be part of.
Yeah, you want to be right up under us while we do all the damn fighting, then you come out and get all the damn benefits. Oh, that era is over. The free gravy train, we cutting the biscuit wheels off that motherfucker.
Of America, I don't want to separate myself. I want justice. That's all.
So, yes or no for reparations for foundational Black Americans?
No, for now. If they give me, fine. If they feel like the curse money, if they feel like the curse money should give away, it's good for them. It's good for them. If they want to give me, but I'm not going to fight for it. God will fight for it. If they want to give us, we are entitled to. According.
Why do you keep saying give me? Who is me? Who is me?
Exactly. Give me if they want to give me. Bitch, you not from our lineage. You don't get nothing. You are not eligible for reparations for American chattel slavery, not racism, not because you black when it's politically convenient, Headbo. No. If you are Caribbean and one of your parents is not foundational Black American freedmen, if you're continental African, one of your parents is not foundational Black American freedmen, one of your biological parents, not your cousin, not some distant relatives. If one of your biological parents cannot trace their lineage back to these slave plantations, you are not eligible for reparations. No, you're not. It ain't no if they want to give me. You're not qualified. See, we gonna get this thing straight here, man. Because see, too many people don't tell them like I'm saying it. I don't have no problem putting these disrespectful motherfuckers and these cowards in their places. Because see, the least they could do is say, you know what? If them people, if you consider yourself like us and we your brothers and sisters, you should be supporting our movement so that you can learn the game from us and go and get that in your own homelands. But see, that's not what Headbo is going to do here. Let's get back to it. I want y'all to listen to this coward. Because see, like I said, this is bad even for a woman. This is horrible, man. This is a complete indictment on the men from her lineage.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying if the black people are entitled to those money, if they want to give, that's okay. But I'm not going to fight for it. God will, the curse money, God will get it.
So
I'm not
talking about she going to produce justice, but she's not willing to fight for anything? See, the minute that comes out of particularly your warrior class's mouth, I'm not going to fight for it. And then you just hide behind whatever religion you pick. Well, God will do it for me. God is waiting on you to make a move. You're a coward. God does not support a coward. And she keeps talking about, listen to me. All that courage. And who you think you calling shots among with your arrogant ass? It's ridiculous. I'm going to let Headbo get back to it because she ain't done yet.
So you don't
if they give away, they're doing good for themselves because that's a curse money they collected. They lose.
Her big giant light bulb head ass is living off of that curse money. That curse money, you okay? If it's cursed and you supposed to be so holy, because she claims she's a Muslim, she's an embarrassment to Muslim. Yes, I said it. But if you so holy and you gonna stand on conviction, don't use none of this cursed money then. You too holy to use the cursed money, right? Let it continue.
That's a curse money. I think
No,
they
it's
should
not.
give.
What are you talking about is cursed money? You're living off that money. You're living off the money that was generated from slavery, ma'am. You're living off of that now by being here.
Listen to me. I was forced to leave my country. What should I do? You don't understand. We were forced. We were forced because wars were happening. Proxy wars were happening where I was living.
I'm glad she asked the question about what was she supposed to do. Headbo, let me tell you what a woman with a damn spine does and some type of conviction and courage from a lineage of courage. What a woman does in her homeland, she's an encouragement to the men to go out and fight for that homeland, their legacy, lineage, and the future of their children. But see, you're not cut from that cloth because the first thing that your punk ass did was hop up and run somewhere under the first white man you can find. She ain't fooling me. She's not fooling me. I know that's exactly what the fuck happened because she talking about she was up in Canada too. See, that's another thing. This is how they tell on themselves. They pick the whitest areas to flee to. Then when the white folks turn on their ass, oh, I'm black like you. We all black. No, we not all black. No, we not. No, we not. Black is just a color, remember? Don't you run. See, y'all gonna learn, tell the class, that you can't run your ass back over here to us. Negra. Yeah, we know. We tried to tell you that. Now go on back over there with Zaddy. You don't want me no more. That is not a problem. Like Brother Tariq be saying, that's not our problem, damn it. Where you lay is where you stay. We talking to the tether class, the males and the females, tether winches and tether bucks, okay? You're not gonna come running back up under us after you've turned on us and practice anti-black racism against us with the oppressor class. No. Get back over there in your pet position. If you can't do it, well, you need to figure it out. Let it continue.
Come on.
Ma'am, if it were not for foundational Black Americans building up the wealth of a nation for you to come to, what would you have done? You would have been asked out then, right?
Your money, the country you built bombs that kill me, okay? Your weapons, okay? You were part of building weapons. You were part of the problem, but you were forced to do that.
So you came to the enemy?
Listen to me. I have to survive. No. I have to. I know. Listen.
So you got your ass whooped and then ran to the people who whooped your ass. Is that what you're saying?
Listen to me. I know the 80% of the Americans are not the enemy.
You sit up here talking about the U.S. government bomb.
No. The people are victims. The people are victims. I said.
So instead of going to the UK to China, to Asia, to India, to some other country, you ran to the people who whoop your ass. That's what you're saying.
This
checkmate. Perfect rebuttal to that. See, the reason why Brother Tariq lets these clowns on to speak is so he can show you how you deal with their foolishness and to give you a real-time example of how cowardly they are, the white supremacists and the tethers, okay? Because see, notice, they all have that common denominator of cowardice. They sound just the same. The reason why is because the tethers idolize and seek to imitate them. I'm gonna give you some homework to do. Next time you're on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, just go looking into some of the tether spaces over there and just scroll down some of the comments. You'll see them using Pepe the Frog memes and shit. And white supremacist so-called satire humor. They idolize these people, but see, when they turn on them, we all black. No, we're not. No, the hell we not. Let's let it continue.
listen to me. I know that 80% are not the enemy. 80% are the victims. I came to the 80% that are the victims, and I'm part of them. And I want to be honest with them. They welcome me, and I accept it.
Okay.
And
I'm okay. Thank you, man. I don't want to hear no more tether babble. I didn't want to hear more tether babble. Once you pin her down on something, they just get the babbling. This is why all of that. I'm black like you. I'm black. We all black. I am black. I am black. I want equality. What about us getting reparations? No. That's.
Now I want to pause it before we get back to analyzing this because we got to deal with something else here tonight. Oh yeah, y'all knew I was gonna do it. I told you I was gonna get this heifer here. Before I let her talk, DJ KJ with her stuttering ass, and you're gonna see what I mean in a minute. She's of the LGBTQ community, and I want you to notice something. When you see her, the way she dressed and shit, does a grown woman really dress like that? Or is she trying to dress like some type of little white doll with them damn blonde Shirley Temple locks in her head? Yeah, because she's with a Becky Butch, okay? A Butch Becky, whatever you want to call her. Carpet munching Karen, which pick any term you like. She's with one of them. I want you to notice this about these people. Because see, it might seem like I'm being petty, but I'm teaching you how you can spot them by how they look, how they speak, and how they act. Let this play. Because this is why we cannot have these people outside of our lineage trying to be our representatives.
Go ahead, Alex.
San Francisco just held a hearing on reparations for decades of institutional racism, and other cities and states are considering impaneling similar commissions. DC is one of them. Where does this administration stand on reparations for slavery and segregation and similar historic wrongs, specifically pertaining to Black Americans?
So look, we understand that there's a legislation on the Hill currently on the study of reparations, and we think Congress is the
we don't need a study. We know the history. The history is the study.
The appropriate venue for consideration on such action, and so we're going to leave it there for Congress to decide to let them go through their process.
Not good enough. We need the same process that gave the Asians an Asian hate crime bill and all those other executive orders that Joe Biden gave these other groups. That's what we need.
That they're taking at this moment. But I would lay out and speak to what the president has done over the last 2 years. When he came into office, he talked about the different crises that this country is dealing with, and one of them was racial equity and racial.
That racial equity catch term that you're using, nobody defines what that really is supposed to mean policy-wise. Racial equity. They always saying that. See, they all pick a catch term at the beginning of any administration, and they just keep rolling that out. And see, in these little cookie-cutter press conferences that they have where you don't have the lights of our good brother who's on code, like Marcel Greg Dixon, can you imagine if Marcel was in that press conference? Oh, they would have escorted my brother out. Because he would have hit her ass across the head with some facts. And been professional with it, because Marcel can be passionate, but I've seen the brother be professional as well. And he don't play any games about representing our lineage the right way and standing up and fighting for our people. This is why we support that brother. But see, racial equity. When you hear that and they come around for you, because see, we're trying to get y'all in line now before the 2024 elections. Stop them in their tracks when they come to your doors. Be like, okay, racial equity means what for my people in policy? Numbers and policy. If you're not talking to me about numbers and policy, I don't want to hear it. You better come talking to me like you talk to the Asians, the LGBTQ community, the East Indians, the Arabs, the Hispanics. You better come talking to us with business like that. You ain't talking numbers and policy, we don't want to hear it.
Equality and fighting for that for communities like the Black community. And one of the things that he did right away, straight away in the beginning of his administration, is he signed an executive order that made sure that across the government that we had an approach that dealt with inequality, that made sure that political appointees in
looking down, blinking, stuttering. Bitch, you can't even get your damn lie straight. Sound like Porky Pig and shit. Boy, I tell you, this lying bag of dog shit right here sound like a broken record. See, what I want particularly the younger generation to do, and I think they're very good at it, because that's one thing I got to give the younger generation credit on. They ain't gonna let you keep talking to them in front of them when they can spot that you lying, okay? And we got to start being aggressive with these people playing in our faces like this when everybody else around us is getting tangibles off of our tax dollars that can't even benefit us. Let this piece of shit continue.
Those agencies put that equality lens as they were moving forward with dealing with policy. And so that's important in really getting to the root of that issue. Clearly that's on the federal level. And just last month he issued a second order reaffirming the administration.
What's the number of the goddamn executive order? Because they all have numbers.
Administration's commitment to deliver on that equity. So the president has shown his commitment. He's spoken to this issue that in particular the Black community has to deal with for generations upon generations. So he is going to continue to lift that up. But as it relates to the legislation, we want to leave that in the hands of Congress.
Yeah, see, this is how you're going to have to handle that. When they come lying and babbling, like, we talking policy and numbers. You're not talking about that? Don't waste my time. And y'all know what my motto is over here about time being wasted. Let me say it again in case you never heard it. Time, 4-letter word, T-I-M-E, is the most precious, non-renewable asset we have. Once it's wasted, you don't get your time back. I want all of you in here listening to the sound of my voice to be aggressive about people playing with your damn time. Playing with your time and your money? Oh, that's unforgivable. You better keep you a chair on deck for a motherfucker like that. I'm not playing no games over here. Let's let this continue.
What it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. They don't want us to get nothing. They sound like the damn white supremacists. Watch these people when they try to run this game. We all Black when it's convenient. All right, if we all Black, then you should co-sign us getting our reparations. No, because I don't want to. That will separate us. Stop it. You're already separated. She's Somali, by the way. You two, you're not even proud enough of your damn lineage to even admit it. We ain't the damn same. Fuck out of here. No, we ain't the same. I honor my ancestors. I honor what they've done. I love my family. I love my FBA family. I'll never be ashamed. And flee. Fuck out of here. We ain't the same, man. We all Black in America. We are Black in America. Don't let them run that game on you. Don't let them run that game. That old off-code behavior. Y'all, you got ran out of your country where you had to flee because all of you were off-code over there. And a lot of them, and this is another thing, they try to make it seem like they bounced because they were some kind of war-torn refugee. They try to make it seem like, oh, there were bombs all over the place. No, it wasn't. In many of these places, y'all just bounced because you couldn't cut it. Y'all just bounced because y'all sitting over there, couldn't rub two nickels together. So your pockets were bombed with no money. And then you came over here, you fled over here to get an Uber job. Let's stop with all of that. I was a war-torn refugee. Stop it. All of you were not in a war. All right? And you were not forced to flee. You could have stayed there and made some shit pop off. They love to tell, they love to run that game. That's what they go tell the immigration office. That's the immigration office pitch. You got to help us. There are bombs going off. It was a hand grenade in my foot. It was bombs everywhere. These niggas were bombing these terrorist groups. It was bombs. My camel got blown up. And shut up. No, nigga, you were just over here trying to. You couldn't cut it, and you were trying to come over here to get a bag. That's what it is. You couldn't cut it at home, and you came here where foundational Black Americans got things popping for people who are non-white. We were the one. If you're a non-white person, you came over and profited off of us. All right? So you're not going to wag your little ashy finger to us telling us what we need to damn do, and we all in this together when your ass is the main one separating from us. Well, we're all the same. We're the same nigga. No. We don't even look the same, to be honest. Y'all be trying to blend in with FBAs, and not with that forehead. No, we know you ain't one of us. We can tell. No. You're not going to do that. Your head looks like a light bulb with bayangs. You are not the same. We know you're different. All right. Let's get a Johnny.
And before Brother Tariq continues, I'm putting the website foreignassistance.gov back in the chat. I do that periodically because, see, I want to give you all the proper armament to hit these tethers in the face when they start trying to poke their chests out and be disrespectful. Go look at how much of our tax dollars are spent in foreign aid to these people, okay, without our permission or approval. Thanks, Jim Crow Joe Biden, okay? Go look at that, and when you start seeing them figures, and then the next time you see these tethers in these different spaces, man, and you see which country, they're like, wait. Millions of my tax dollars went to your specific nation. Now you can have a dollar amount in real time. I want y'all to study that website. Make sure you bookmark that if this is your first time over here and you never saw me drop that in the chat, okay? Everything should be about dollars, cents, and policy. Let's let Brother Tariq continue.
Johnny, hop in.
Hey, Tariq. Thanks for giving me the mic. Very interesting conversation. I don't want to derail your conversation or anything. Just a few comments I want to make. And, you can put me back on listener. So, first of all, just a little bit about myself. I'm an Indian immigrant in America right now in California. U.S. citizen, came here, I think, right before 9/11. So been here 23 years, working in IT, in tech. And earlier I was not very, what you would call race conscious or, socially conscious. But lately, what you have in America in terms of race, there is a parallel, not exactly the same thing, but something called caste in India. And it is frighteningly similar in some aspects, and that kind of informs my view of things. And first of all, I like to just say that you're absolutely right on the reparations part for the foundational Black Americans, for people who have already gone through
Now, see this Indian guy that's talking right here? That's the right attitude to have. He comes over here and he recognizes that he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our elders and ancestors fighting for him to come over here. And he knows he's not of our lineage, but he's saying, you know what? Hey, I got my opportunity. I'm in full support of whatever you brothers and sisters are trying to do. See, if you like that and you outside of our lineage, we ain't got no problems with you. But now when you turn around and start telling us what we not supposed to get, oh no, it's going to be some problems. We're going to straighten that. So he got the right attitude. I want y'all to listen to how he's talking here.
all of this, basically. Yeah. And I can say that, given my Indian experience, there's actually laws in India for similar people and who were treated very badly in the caste system, that to give them reparations. It is in a different form. It's not in checks, but if, like, for in a village, if you have surplus land in a village that the government identifies, it is given to the so-called, scheduled castes in India, so which were horribly treated in the caste system, untouchables, basically.
Right, the Dalits, right, the Dalits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's framed in the Constitution of India. So there is precedence for that. It is not unheard of to have asked for reparations.
Right.
So it may be harder to get in America, but at least, I am in full support of that. The other thing, you brought up a very interesting point, and I see this in my Indian community as well. And one of my main reasons for coming out and just taking the mic and not just listening was there is a wide spectrum of Indian people, and some of them, are hew closer to the MAGA crowd, and some of them are on the Martin Luther King, and there are a lot of fence sitters in between. It's just the way the caste system works in India.
Yeah, but and when you got some of your guys over here, what's the Vivek? What's that guy? Vivek? What's that guy's name? That little dirtbag. Yeah. He has a lot to say about foundational Black Americans. He's talking down on Juneteenth. He just makes a point to use every white supremacist talking point against us. He's trying to be the new Dinesh D'Souza, who's a criminal himself, who has a lot to say negatively about foundational Black Americans, but he grew up in Mumbai, and we know what Mumbai is about.
Yes, Mumbai looks like a big ass trash can, literally. But I want y'all to notice how the head boat there and this respectful Indian brother here, okay, keep talking about Martin Luther King. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up, that shows you that due to what white people are always talking about, when they try to bastardize Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s words and weaponize them against us, trying to promote being docile and passive and just accepting abuse, which is not what he was all about, okay? As I just showed you earlier here tonight, he had a change of heart towards the end of his life. We need to let them know that, hey, don't just mention Martin Luther King. We respect him, but I need to hear you talking about Malcolm X, Dr. John Henry Clark, even those outside of our lineage like Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen, okay? I need to hear you talking about Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, Neely Fuller Jr., okay? I need to hear you talking about Dr. Khalid Muhammad, all right? See, we got to start bringing up these grandmaster teachers and scholars that these white folks are not talking about. Because, see, if there's a respectful brother from another lineage like that, that's what I'm going to tell him. I'm like, listen, I'm glad that you know about Dr. Martin Luther King, but that's not the only grandmaster teacher we have. Study some of those names that I just called out there. See, where there's somebody willing to have a good faith, intelligent discussion, I'm open to teaching that person. Okay? As long as I know you're not practicing anti-Black racism, let's let it continue.
So, yeah, we got a lot of weirdos who come over who try to denigrate foundational Black Americans. And unfortunately, that kind of paints a negative picture of a lot of Indian society when these people are the representatives and they have such bigoted views about the people who are the foundation of the United States. So it's a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I know, totally agree, Tariq. So Vivek Ramaswamy, his lineage, what you would call is coming from the Brahmin caste, and if you know about the caste system, that's the highest caste in India.
Kamala Harris's family is from there too, by the way, the Brahmins.
Yes. So, but Kamala Harris, I think she is way different than Vivek, but Vivek embodies that spirit. So, if he was in North Korea, he would be sucking up to Kim Jong-il, no worries. Like if he was in Russia, he'd be sucking up to Putin. So he sucks up to the biggest, that's at least my view. But you would find that spectrum. And unfortunately, most of the people who came to the US from India or from Pakistan or from, South Asia, they were the elite of that country, right? So a large majority would subscribe to that worldview, what Vivek subscribes to, but there is a significant majority, not majority, a small proportion, I would say 20-30%, maybe 40% of Indians who don't think like him.
Good.
And what I would add to that Indian brother there, okay, what we need for that 30 to 40% to do that don't think like him, you better be on the Vivek Ramaswamy and the Dinesh D'Souza's head, because if you don't, we gonna get on them. See, if you want to have some type of solidarity with us, you're gonna have to check your Sambos and Coons, because we check ours, okay? You can't just acknowledge that you know who they are. You need to be on their ass. That's what we require if you want solidarity. Let's let it continue.
Good. Well, thank you so much. I had to land your plane. Let me get some more calls in here. All right. But yeah, I know about, some of that East Indian racism, or that shit is heavy. Yeah, they treat the Dalits, the untouchables, they treat them like trash over there. And Gandhi, he was a damn anti-black racist. So yeah, that's a whole, we can do a whole broadcast on that. All right, let me see who we got. Because we are in here deep. By the way, the root work package, we still got the root work package available at rootworkstyle.com. rootworkstyle.com. That's where you can get the root work package. Speaking of root work, a great deodorant package that we have, brand new deodorant, fragrance, foundational Black American themed. Get that at rootworkstyle.com. Let's get Samir in here. Samir?
Yo, what's going on, Tariq?
I'm good, Samir. How are you?
Not much, man. I was just listening to that bullshit. That lady, whatever she was talking about. I find it interesting because Somalis are known for leeching off the system.
Now let me pause it right here. I want you to understand what this is that came up into Tariq's space. And he's talking about the tether winds that was babbling for the greater majority of the Twitter space there. This is what you call a white supremacist accelerationist. He's jumping up into our business thinking that he's weaving his way in. Yeah, I'm agreeing with y'all on that because I don't like this particular group of black people. See what they do? Neely Fuller Jr. has taught us this. White supremacy takes both sides of an argument. So the proper thing for all of us to do with that, and I'm glad Tariq let him speak, but for all the rest of us, hey, listen, even though she's a tether, that's considered geopolitical black family business. We'll check her. Don't think you gonna come over here. Yeah, I'm with you against them guys. Nah, sit your punk ass down, because the only reason you saying that is because he's from Canada and he don't like them being up there in Canada in his country. Okay, so this is a Canadian white supremacist. I want you to listen how crafty they think they are. See, they actually think that we don't catch on to that bullshit when they hop over into our conversations.
Even here in Canada, I'm from Canada, right? And
yeah,
they come here and they just leech off the system. Not all of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but I'm going to say a big proportion. So I just found it, ironic and arrogant of her to come on here and try to tell, Black Americans what they should and shouldn't do or what they can't get.
Right. But thank you so much. Let me get some more folks in here. All right. Well, shit, it's getting late. It's late as hell, and we got a lot of people in here. Well, we're in here heavy. And by the way, if you're in LA or Southern California, we got an event at the Hidden History Museum this Saturday. Comedy show. It's going to be real nice. Co-hosted by my brother Dwan B. Got a lot of good comedians up there that's going to be coming through. It's always a great vibe at the Hidden History Museum, man. If you ever are in LA, y'all need to come on through. And it's going to be popping this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all definitely got to come on through. HiddenHistoryMuseum.com. Get your tickets now. HiddenHistoryMuseum.com, ladies and gentlemen. And let me get up out of here, guys. It's been real. Great conversation. I think everything was constructive. Again, go to rootworkstyle.com, and I'm up out of here. Puppy Akuta and Lulavuve to the family. Peace.
And on that note, family, I hope that everybody got something from the broadcast here tonight. Make sure you review this and share it, because we have to be serious in this culture war that we're in. It's time to pull out the brooms and the chairs and handle business and clean the FBA cultural house, okay? So I want all of you to bookmark that foreignassistance.gov site, familiarize yourselves with that, okay? And teach the young ones coming up. I already know this goes without saying, but make sure you are making a culture and a tradition out of teaching foundational Black American freedmen, young men and women, that your culture is your house and you don't let nobody disrespect you in your house. So with that said, brothers and sisters, I want you to enjoy your weekend. Keep your head on the swivel. Keep your chairs at your side. Okay? And I will see you all in future content. Black first, salute.